Can now.
Live.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the whole Smile and Faces podcast. I've just heard Adam just go live.
Live.
So, yeah, this is our first All Smile and Faces podcast live watch along. We've done some of these in the past where Bestie gets a little bit beside himself, gets a little bit too excited in the Ashley pub. So, yeah. We're using StreamYard tonight, so if anybody wants to chuck comments in, they will show up on the screen. Obviously, we'll read as many out as possible. So we'll just go through them. So, lads, line up. So I'm going to ask the question straight away. Has Bruce lost the dressing room?
I'm feeling like he has a bit. I'm massively concerned about Saint because I don't think he's injured at all, to be honest with you. But I don't know. There's something going on though. People just don't seem happy, do they? I don't know if that's just because of the reaction on social media that everyone's unhappy. All of a sudden, we think the dressing room's unhappy, but something doesn't feel quite right, does it, at the minute?
I think it's probably the case where we've had it. The likes of Saint was going to be apparently get dropped anyway, no matter what. And then obviously the rumor comes out that he's injured. He's picked up this knock in training, but I know he hasn't had the greatest time over the last few weeks and the last few games, Bestie. But do you drop Saint?
No, definitely not. Unless he's poorly or he's done something wrong. Like you don't. He's the most dangerous player we've got. Certainly behind the front man by an absolute country mile. For me, the only reason he's dropped is if he is genuinely injured or if he's been misbehaving or something like that. Because he's. It just feels like. I mean, I think it's a bit early to say that Bruce has lost the dressing room. I think it's kind of. You can't see a difference in the demeanour of St. Maximin and Almiron. I mean, people have been saying for weeks that he's a bloke who's really plays with a smile on his face, and he just hasn't had that smile for about a month now, maybe all season even. So yeah, as far as losing the dressing room goes, I don't know, but something's definitely not right.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on it, Mark?
It's just a strange one, isn't it? I mean, there has been grumbles like in the last few weeks about
grumbles,
whether or not
we did there.
whether there's something not quite right. There's been a bit of dissent in the ranks, obviously in interviews with players. Hayden's spoken out, Cher's spoken out. Miggy's agent obviously had something to say last week. So I don't know whether he's lost the dressing room. You'll always get a situation where some players aren't getting on with the manager and others don't mind it. I mean, we've talked about it on the podcast before with the likes of Shelby loves Bruce apparently, but it's your players that give you that spark that are the ones that are potentially falling out with him or aren't in the best of terms at the minute, which is the worry. But is that because they're not getting the freedom to play that the way they want to play, or he's making them play in a certain fashion? That seems to marry up with maybe the thoughts around St. Maximin that have came out today. But
so the people watching there on the telly now, Amazon are going over the lack of creativity in the team. You take out Almiron, you take out Saint, there's even less. In minus stats, you're going to be knocking the ball in the own net. Huge miss for us. I know Palace are missing Zaha as well, but for us, St. Maximin, when he's not in that team, I might be eating my words at the end of the day here, but it doesn't seem like there's much drive going forward.
Well, there's not. There's definitely not. But I mean, I think my biggest fear is it's not over just one game. Like one game of football doesn't really bother us. It's what that does for him. Like I don't know. I know they're saying that he's injured, but I just don't believe that he is. Right. But if you're having issues with him and you think he's not performing, by dropping him, that's not the answer. And I don't think it is with Miggy either. When you drop Miggy, I don't think that's going to get the best out of him either. So, I don't know.
The thing is you can't say Miggy hasn't been performing because he has. You can't say the same for St. Maximin because he hasn't
from
been
the start of the
great,
season. Miggy's performed from the start of the season. Obviously, he's playing in the cup games and having absolute blinders in the cup games. Of course, it was against lower league oppositions, but the next game in the Premier League, Bruce wasn't even putting confidences and wasn't continuing the form and playing in the next game. Literally just dropping them completely. Right, see you later. Off you pop in the cup games and off you go to South America and perform over there when it comes to Premier League games. Didn't get a look in.
Which annoyed me from every week we talked about it, didn't we? How frustrated I was that his energy in the team is a must. But we're not blessed with much energy as it is. The likes of Shelby and Hendrick and people like that, they're not exactly blistering with pace and pressing people. At least Miggy can do that. Do you know what I mean? I'm interested to see that the formation apparently is 4-4-2 tonight, which to be fair, I wasn't quite sure how it would line up. So if we can get a similar sort of front two as we did against Burnley at home, I remember I thought Joe Linton and Wilson were brilliant together against Burnley. Sorry, but I don't know.
It'll be strange because I thought you might have seen Longstaff playing in his number 10 role tonight when the lineup came out. I thought it was is it more of a 4-3-3 with Hendricks and Shelby sitting and Longstaff just a little bit further on, and then with the left and the right. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Obviously, it's going to be two up top. We've got Joe Linton and Wilson up top there. And we have seen them link up in a couple of games this season, and they have looked all right together. Obviously, Joe Linton holding the ball up and Wilson being up top there to hopefully find the back of the net. So, Bestie, do you think they can do a job tonight?
Possibly, yeah. I don't think Joe Linton's older players particularly poor. I think we're all resigned to the fact he's not going to be scoring goals left, right, and centre. So you try and think, well, what can he do? And if he link up with Wilson, it's something that there's not many teams play 4-4-2 these days. It's kind of fallen out of fashion in the last 10 years or so. And it's weird because there'll be a formation. Everyone plays or had played 4-2-3-1 for ages, and then they found a formation that kind of was good against it. So that happened. And it's a big cycle in it. So maybe it's 4-4-2. Next thing, this could be where Steve Bruce goes on his the start of his kind of Indian summer, and his brand turns into the Geordie Pep.
So we're talking about Miggy Almiron losing his smile. Look at the smile on Decker's face right now when that food arrived, man.
The man brought it in for us. Look at it. I'm trying to tip it in case it all falls over. But honestly, there's so much. There's just so much. It's unbelievable.
Is that like a double pizza, mate? Is that a pizza on top of a pizza?
Yeah. Hang on, I can't turn it like this. Way.
Just put up into sections with some. Are they chips or are they like mozzarella fingers or something?
Wedges. That's what she's put in for us.
Wedges.
So nice of her to do all that, isn't it?
Right. So Adam, when Decker starts eating, put him on mute because that's.
Don't worry.
We've had complaints before about eating while we've been doing this. There's once before we were sat in. Wait, was it Decker's
room eating popcorn that I brought in from the cinema?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
From the where?
The cinema.
The cinema.
The cinema.
Right, so where are your streams so I can sync to we're up to date, mate? Well, everybody apart from Mark's up to date.
I asked a question on that. Sorry.
I don't know, I'm seeing Archie's and somebody on a bike at the minute.
Yeah, Valhalla is on now.
Somebody doing sit-ups.
Mark's like
I'm on Just Eat.
I think Townsend's just scored a free kick for us against Palace.
And now I'm on Xbox. So I'm about 5 seconds behind or 10 seconds.
Right, so
what's your thoughts on the result then?
2 seconds, mate. I'll tell everybody the next advert that's coming on. So I think I'm up to date. Xbox advert is just about to finish, I think. We'll go. We've got some fella walking across the floor. Well, some lass walking across the floor. Sorry.
2, I think it's 3, Brexit, this one, isn't it?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 seconds behind.
Decker's gone. Decker's gone. Evening, Daryl, you alright, mate?
Yes, it is Brexit.
Brexit means Brexit.
I've got a Brexit.
We've seen the work in Brexit like some fella.
She had her steel toe caps on, mate.
That was fantastic, that. Fantastic.
Evening, Marty. How you doing, mate?
Lads, when hello, Marty. When you pay for the streamer, you pay for because obviously we're paying for Amazon or whatever. You pay for Sky or BT. You shouldn't have to sit through adverts like.
That's what Sky Plus is for, so you can fast forward them.
Yeah, but live, you still got to watch them, mate. There's a whole point of live watching them. There'd be no point pausing it.
I don't watch anything live other than football.
I I understand on like when you're paying for a subscription already, then I think adverts are it's shocking, I reckon, like proper.
No, I'm with you there, mate. It's absolutely shocking.
It gives you time to go and get a beer, a can of piss.
Punditries.
Right,
I don't need to. I've got a little butler this evening to get me beer.
I hope you're feeling well, Jay.
Someone just said that should ring RSPCC on you, mate. RSPCC? Aye. No.
NSPCC.
NSPCC.
Well, lad.
There goes on there.
Yeah, kind of hard.
Someone call NSPCC. We can't make that work. Watch the tune.
Some animals, aren't it?
It's this, mate. It's this dragon suit. It's got me head already.
I've been indoctrinated into the NUFC cult.
Deck, has your shirt ready for half time? Jody USA is asking.
Oh no, it's not. Sorry, mate. I've got a confession to make here.
Oh, he's bottled it.
It's in the bin somewhere. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Aye. So I remember I went upstairs just before. No, I'm not. No, listen.
Bottled it.
The ASICS logo came off it, right? That was why I give it at least. I was like, well, I'm not going to wear that again. I bought another one. And she was cleaning out her wardrobe about 6 days ago, and she said, "Oh, what do you want us to do with this?" And I went, "Well, it's wrecked. Just bin it." She went, "No, I shouldn't do that." Like, I went, "Just bin it, just get rid of it." So tonight, obviously, I went upstairs and I says, "Oh, have you got that shirt?" And she went, "No, how did you do it?" So I went into the pajama sort of box, and sure enough, it's gone. So I'm sorry.
What else can we make Decker do then instead?
As a forfeit.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a boys, that
peel them Champions League logos off his sleeves and the Shearer 9 off the back.
Right. So can somebody answer me this, right? Do you know how the players come out with different tunnels, right? Or different entrances to the pitch? What's all that about when they're about to go on the same pitch and get really close to each other? What's all that about?
Well, they've just came out the same tunnel there, so that didn't work tonight.
Did it come out what I was reading?
They're in different. They get changed in different places, which is weird because they do ordinarily anyway, don't they? There's a home and away dressing room. It's not like they're all getting changed in the same place normally.
And also, I noticed last week on BT Sports when the Jake Humphries and Jermaine Jennings and them lot, when they weren't on the telly, like live on the telly, they were wearing face masks, which makes no sense whatsoever.
No, do you know what it is? I read a report like that, and Klopp said it as well. Everything that they do on the telly is all bullshit, but it's all for the public eye. So, they're wearing a mask. I should. They're not standing next to each other in the tunnel, coming out together. So I shouldn't stand next to someone. It's all meant to be like, what's the word? Like,
it was just strange with the presenters, mate. Because when we were watching them, they weren't wearing the masks. But obviously, once the cameras went and they were watching the game, they were wearing masks. I was like, that makes no sense.
It's the same as the players.
Did you see them journalists there? When the camera panned past all the journalists sitting in the stand, there was about 3 or 4 of them that didn't have masks on.
It's mental, in it. What's your thoughts on everyone? Well, not everyone, but a lot of teams. I think it's 10 that it said. 10 stadiums allow have fans back in now. Do you think that's going to have an advantage, or do you think it should be a blanket, like either nobody has them in or everybody has them in?
It is an advantage, isn't it? It's an unfair advantage. Regardless of the number of fans that you've got there, if you've got people that are there and can create any sort of atmosphere, it's going to in most cases help you. Because, if we had fans in the ground, it would probably hinder us even more the way that we're playing at the minute.
It'd be mental though, wouldn't it? Like, if there's only, like, say, 2,000, 4,000 fans in the ground, like, the player would hear, depending on how close you were to the pitch, you could hear you shouting, like...
Well, wasn't the rumour that you're not allowed to chant? Or there was, like, a thing, wasn't there? Can't sing, can't chant, can't breathe.
Yeah, but apparently that somebody came out from the supporters trust and said it was a load of shit.
Oh, right. Well, no singing, that'll be us anyway, so that doesn't really matter.
Speak for yourself in the Tory club. We always sing in the corner.
Bollocks to you.
The corner. I hate that chant, I absolutely hate it. I wonder if Bestie's cardboard cutout still there in the ground. Bestie just doesn't move from the first whistle. He's stood in the same position, looking at the same part of the pitch. He just doesn't move. It doesn't matter what time you look over your shoulder to see where Bestie is. He's still there.
How old are these two combined? About 340.
Game.
What
was that, mate? Bestie?
I left it in the Ashley after the Oxford game.
This is a kid that we've got to watch out for, innit?
Yeah, apparently so. Like,
Is that Ben Dawson talking to Roy Hodgson there, was it? Before we're seeing Easy E.
minutes applause for Maradona, isn't it?
It is.
Is it? Is that what they're doing? Yeah.
Yeah, minutes applause for him. Yeah.
So, do you know what it is? I've seen more Peter Shilton this last 24 hours than what I have of my own family for the last 8 months.
Yeah, well, there was a fake tweet that went around at first, which started the ball going, and then obviously now he's come out and been even more bitter.
Is it a minute silence?
No, they said it was applause. Yeah, applause. Yeah.
They're definitely silent, like.
No, mate,
Well,
that's your stream.
Yeah, you're watching last season's game of the minute.
I'm literally watching the hands hit together.
Well, now they're clapping. But they were silent, like.
1-0 down now, man.
Freddie looks kind of emotional, like.
Do you know what it is? This is bloody gorgeous. This, like, I'm recommending this to anybody. It's like £3 a can.
Oh, I thought you meant Wilson. Sorry, I was going to tell you. Sorry, what?
He is gorgeous as well. Like, but it's unbelievable. This.
What is it like? It just looks like an aggressive kind of monster or something.
It's a caffeinated alcoholic beverage.
That's why I haven't had it.
7.5%, mate. Blow your heat off.
Oh.
This is what Clark was drinking on the awards night. Where did he not spill it out? Did he not like laugh at something? He spat it out somewhere.
Oh, we're doing this old Pardew warm-up thing, yeah?
We're fucking running already. He's had them running all week in training. Oh, there's Almiron's hammy gone.
I need a bottle of brown, like.
My audio's got a right echo on it, like.
You should have it turned down, mate. We'll get cut off.
But what?
Echo.
Right. Quickly, score prediction, bestie.
2-0 Palace.
Dagger.
3-0 Palace.
Mark.
0-0.
Oh, fuck me. Right, I'll be the only one. I'll go 2-1 Newcastle win.
Well, hope you're right, mate.
Yeah, we're going. Cheers.
Come on, lads.
And we're off. Mark, you kicked off yet?
No, they've just taken a knee.
They're still clapping. They're still clapping.
Are you watching? If I take it easy, mate, you're watching Top of the Pops 1990, aren't you?
Whoop. There we go. He doesn't even give a free kick. Straight out
throw. Like Andy Townsend's playing and commentating at the same time.
Do you know what it's like? What's your thoughts on the likes of GoPros? Do you know how like the referees, I think it's MLS have done it quite a bit, and I think the Australian A League have done it, where they put the GoPro on the ref and also mic them up. Do you think we should
the idea of having
trial that?
I like it. Like, I've seen the video from Australia where the foul goes out to VAR, but you hear everything that he says from from the moment the foul. It's really interesting.
Have you seen the one, Bestie? You definitely would have seen this one, Bestie. But I think it's Tim Howard's mic'd up in the MLS, and he's talking to the coaches. And he has like an interview mid-game with the commentators.
I
think a lot of refs.
I like that. I like it. I mean,
yeah.
Have you seen the video from 30 years ago or something where they had a referee mic'd up for a documentary and it's Arsenal playing somebody, and he's made a contentious decision.
David Ellery, isn't it?
Tony Adams turns up and gives him an
absolute
dog. It might be David Ellery. It's that era. But I am.
Can we just take a moment there? Because people will forget this. Joe Lennon just put that ball and it was a decent ball in the box. Because people will forget that
happened. Line from Miggy as well.
Yeah.
That was a good ball from Miggy, yeah.
Was it Miggy or was it Lip? I think it was Miggy anyway.
Miggy,
yeah. Miggy.
Miggy playing down the line.
To Joe. That's a decent ball, that, you know.
That's a good, yeah. Mind, I hate to say it, but we started quite brightly in our last game like this for the first couple of minutes. And it went rapidly downhill from there.
What's your thoughts on Shelby being back in the team?
He's done a few good neat passes already. I know people didn't like him because he's not quick and he doesn't run around. He doesn't tackle everyone on the pitch, but at least he can keep hold of the ball.
I mean, the basics of football. So if he doesn't do all of that, what does
tackle
he do?
everyone? Is that the basics of football? Tackle every player on the pitch. That's what I said. I said.
Decker, will you tell everybody how many tackles Jeff Hendricks made this season?
I think it was
one more than
two.
Joe Shelby.
2. I was 2.
So you say? So hang on a second. So you're saying you'd rather have Hendrick in the team than Shelby?
Who, me?
No, Mark.
Oh, definitely
he's getting
not.
salty. So would you rather have Hendrick in the team than Shelby?
I don't think there's much between them at the minute.
Whoa, you winding me up, mate.
Heavens
I'm not Shelby's biggest fan, but Jesus Christ, I would take half a Shelby over Hendrick.
That's all we're getting of him anyway, isn't it?
But I know, and I'll still take it.
If Shelby's that bad, you couldn't even say Hendrick was better than. So how bad's fucking Hendrick? Because you think Shelby's arguably the worst.
We know that.
I'm not saying Shelby's brilliant or anything. All I'm trying to say is, at least he doesn't panic when he gets the ball, and he tries to find a shirt. Go on, Wilson. That.
Do well there. The layoff on the moving in behind the defender.
He's seen the difference though. Within 3 minutes of him being up front, it's so much different, isn't it? There's so much more movement up front.
But then, mate, we're back at the point where hopefully the striker won't get isolated because we've got 2 of them up top, and we don't see it very often. Because normally one of them.
Joe is definitely playing up top as well, isn't he? It is definitely 4-4-2.
Looks
which is good.
But there's still enough in the players that we've got there for a bit of flexibility in the formation as well. So if we need to change, we can move into a 4-3-3 or 4-5-1.
Right. So if we're going to vote, which player is going to forget how to use the legs tonight? Because there'll be one. I'm going to go Clark.
I'm going to go Lewis.
So Clark, Lewis, Mankiw. Mark, do you want to go Darlow?
I'm going to blame Shelby.
I was going to say.
There's still a bit too much of just a hit and hope up front for my liking already. Just trying to get it onto the head of Wilson or Joe Linton, innit? Instead of trying to get it down and play.
Could be worse, mate. Could be Andy Carroll starting up top.
Oh, God.
Do you think they do that because they're told to do that, or do you think they do it because they're just a bit lacking confidence that they don't really want the ball, or they don't want to try that sort of neat pass in case they lose it?
I think it's their choice. Because I think if they kick it up the top, then they lose possession. It's a lot. You're going to be forgiven a lot more than trying to make the pass and losing it on the edge of your box.
Yeah. I think it could. That's what I thought. You know what I mean? I think
we don't have very good ball playing centre backs apart from Fabian Schär and Lejeune, who's obviously out on loan. The rest of them are just your old school defenders, aren't you? Hidden hope.
Fernandez is normally all right when he's got it in his feet. Clark can be quite comfortable as well when he wants to be.
Are you just going to defend everybody apart from Shelby tonight, mate?
Why change the habit of a lifetime?
That's true.
I can't wait till we're scoring on the centre circle before you see the goal, mate.
Oh, Shelby scores from Mark's house. We've started canny here, you know.
It's lovely by Miggy, that.
It's not been bad. Not been bad at all.
That's it. Don't force it. That's it. Just keep the bar, man. I'll take me 3-0 back, Chris. I'm going to say 2-0.
Adam, chuck some comments up if there's anybody commenting in, because I can't see them, mate. If you're still there, that is. It's weird that we can't see Adam. Normally we can see him, but now we're just hoping he's there in the background.
He's just in the background doing this to it all the
time. He's away. He's had enough.
I don't think he's there.
I bet he's trying to get his pizza or something.
He'd be sat there with garlic bread special, stuff his face, man.
Mine's lovely, like. Are you not having a pizza, like, no?
Might order one at half time, mate.
With dirty fries with cheese and pulled pork on.
Been on the floor, like.
That's poor.
Where are you getting it from, like, Mark?
The bin.
The fridge.
Oh, is it not ordering or anything you meant?
No, just now.
Oh, right. I see you, right.
Right, Adam's definitely disappeared, hasn't he?
Is that why the dirty fries? Because they're from Aldi? Is that what you mean?
No, that's just what they're called. Dirty fries.
Decker, don't you be slagging Aldi off, man.
Go on,
Aldi?
I do,
Oh,
yeah.
go on, lads. Go on.
Oh,
Oh, my God. Please tell me that took a deflection.
It didn't, like. See, this is where he gets raked. Because that is poor, like, isn't it, really? Let's be fair. Look at that, man.
That's nice.
Hell.
Does it not take a little
What is
touch
that?
off their defender's toe?
No,
It does
mate.
well to come away with the ball. Like.
Do you know whose toe it touches off? Joe Lennon's.
It's
You know
absolutely
when you
crazy
watch,
like that, man. Come on.
when you watch a professional football and think, well, I could have done better. I would have done better than that.
Yeah.
Like, I think
Yeah.
it's overused and all that, and Harry Redknapp's wife and all that carry on. Like, but literally, that was. How would it be? I don't get it.
Well,
Like I went for a walk today. I went for a walk this afternoon, and I walked past the football, like just a Sunday league pitch mark at the field, and I was looking at the distance from the corner flag to the penalty spot. And I'm thinking, how can we not get a corner to go from one to the other? It's not far, like.
Yeah. My dad's always said that. How do they hit the front man? How do they hit the front man?
My dad says the same. I think you get a skewed perspective in the stadium on TV because it looks bigger than it actually is. But when you're playing and when you walk, you think that's not far. That's not difficult to get that right. Like,
Right,
Right,
I'm
be
going to
careful
text
here.
Adam to see where he is.
I can't be that by saying like, if I'd have been playing 9 minutes in Premier League, I'd have been dead for three minutes by now anyway. Like so.
Oh, we understand. Obviously, it's one of them, isn't it? Where, do you know what I find really weird, right? And it's a tough one. You know, when the boxing is on, let's say the boxing is on the telly, right? And you go on Twitter and you type in your thoughts on the boxing. Oh, everyone's all over you. Who are you? You're not a boxing fan. You never talk about boxing. You've never boxed in your life. It's all that shit, you know. But
yeah, every
you
time,
could say the same about it every time, isn't it? It's every time. But then we're on here absolutely criticising the life out of Bruce. But none of us have been a manager of football at Premier League level, you know, not even Championship. But that's just the way it is, isn't it? You're just having your opinion on what you're observing.
Do you know what it is, though, mate? Like, a lot of it's common sense, and that's what pisses you off the most. That we can see it, watching it. Of course, we've probably got a better view. But do you think that's probably why the likes of I know McLaren used to spend a lot of the time watching from a higher in the stadium, and so did Allardyce, didn't it? Is that so they can get a better view of like the positioning and things like that?
I think it's a really good. Personally, the problem you have is you'd love to be on the sideline. You'd like to be on the sideline to be able to, be close with your players and shout instructions. But I think in terms of observing the game, being up a height's better, isn't it? It just is.
So, that's what we saw a lot with both McLaren and Allardyce, where they would be up top and they'd be sending the message down to the dugout in regard to instructions. But let's be honest with you, how much of an impact are you going to have stood on the sidelines shouting at the players? It's not really going to change the game, is it?
Well, maybe not, but I don't know. Like Rafa used to pull players over, though, didn't he? Like
Rafa was great at it, mate. Yeah,
he would actually physically pull them over and say, "Right, I need you to do X, Y, Z." Whereas if you're sitting in row Z, that communication's gone. You know.
Yeah, I suppose that's what your coaches are for at the end. Like, obviously, to send that message across.
Well, our coaches, Agnew, just play Monopoly while they're playing. He's just playing Monopoly or something.
What are you, Dagger? If you've got to choose one thing from the Monopoly board.
Allardyce had the TV screen behind the
Yeah, I think Bessie's got a delay. Yeah, so Bessie, I think they had to get removed though, because I don't think he allowed them in the stadiums now.
Yeah, I think they got taken out whilst they were handing. I think that's one of the reasons I ended up doing what he did. I understand, but yeah.
If you go on the stadium tour, they've still got the wooden slats where the boards still were. So you just take them out.
It's been 10 years.
I think
longer.
I think you were about to have a chat about Monopoly there, which I'm very much fond of. So,
Oh yeah, mate. So if you're going to choose your little what they called, your little piece, your Monopoly piece, what do you go for?
I'm normally the car.
All right, okay.
Yeah,
Right,
normally
so
the car.
Mark, what are you?
Probably the car.
Bestie?
Or the little dog.
Hat.
The hat. I'm the hat, mate. I'm always the top hat, like.
Well, there's a surprise if I've got one on, haven't you? So, I mean,
or the boot. Good one.
I always oh, go on. Oh no, I always buy like hotels on like Old Kent Road. You know, the shit ones at the beginning. I love having the first strip. I love it when someone passes go and then loses it straight away. It's a brilliant feeling.
Do you know what it is? Every time somebody say passes go, all I think is that scene of Ace Ventura where he's got the fella over his shoulder. He's, do not press go.
Get him closed down, lads.
Shall we have a game of the Newcastle Monopoly one day? Because you can get the old school one, can't you, from like the early 2000s? It's the Newcastle United one.
I've never played that.
Yeah, I believe you can, aye.
I'm going to look on eBay right now, right? And if I get it,
he'll go on eBay for Monopoly. He'll buy a top.
Nah.
He'll buy a trade.
Yeah, fuck it, I know. Do you know what it is? I think we've started an absolute bidding war for ourselves, like doing the Battle of the Kits things, because Jesus Christ, I might Newcastle shirts, which are coming up at the minute.
We should have bought them all first and then done the Battle of the Kits and then just them
We should have. We should have, mate. We should have had like a little market stall.
I'm sure our bestie said to him, we're pricing myself out the market, I think was his exact message.
I've done aye.
Right, so we've got this, right? So I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, because obviously the reflection.
We've got more possession than these, you know. What's going on here?
Can you see it? No. It's not good.
So,
oh, there.
Yeah, aye.
See it? Right, so we're gonna bid. We're gonna bid on this, right? Live while the match is on. Oh, hey, Miggy. I know why. There we go. I'm gonna go back to keeper here.
Yeah, we're gone. Shelby slides that play.
He's done well, Wilson, there again, like.
Yeah, they're doing Palace are like holding a decent line here, though, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right. Just don't panic. Just keep the ball, lads. Just keep the ball. That's all you've got to do.
Hey, Callum Lewis has said, will you lads be doing a watch along for the quarter-final game against Brentford? When is it? I don't even know when it is.
Before Christmas, like.
There's a couple of Premier League games I think to go. So maybe 2 weeks, maybe just over.
If it's midweek, we'll do one, like.
All right, might as well. Sorry if I'm eating loud.
Right, let's have a look. So I'm going to try and find a Monopoly, which is going to end soon.
What's the main thing? Is it St James's or is it Alan Shearer or something? What's like the Mayfair? What's the main thing on them modes?
I don't know, mate. But fuck me, like they're going for like they're expensive. Like some of these, like someone's got 100 buying now for 200 quid
really?
for Monopoly.
With you, we're pricing myself out that market now, lads.
200 quid.
Hey, did you see that PlayStation 5 going for 16 grand on eBay? 27 bids. Oh, what a ball from Shelby that was. That was good. Get it out.
No.
Good ball. That.
Did you not see what somebody had taken a picture of a PS5 and was selling it on eBay? Just the photograph.
I saw that.
And it was up to like about 500 quid. That's an awful challenge, that.
We're winning.
We're winning, you know.
We're winning.
We're winning.
We're going to live stream
bidder.
a video of Monopoly when lockdown's finished.
22nd December. That's when the match is. So, Daryl, right? So, Daryl, you're commenting. Have you got this Monopoly?
Go on,
son. Go on, son. Give it inside.
Well done,
that's
Miggy.
awful.
Well done.
that was a bad ball. That.
Back stick. Get up. Ah,
that was poor. That that ball across wasn't great, was it? Was it Wilson? Was it?
I think so. Yeah.
Good run.
should have got his head up and just pulled it back a little bit.
There, it's easy. God.
Takes a touch.
Aye. Yep. That's probably a goal if it wasn't for that touch.
It just takes a touch.
Oh, comes up their defender.
Second defender.
In the middle, mind.
That's a decent ball by Lewis, that as well. Oh, does that come off their player's hand there? On Wilson's shoulder.
Joe Hiddlin on that, man.
Well done, Wilson, again there. Well done, Joe. Good ball. That ball again.
Commit. Go on, Lewis.
Moggy up to date.
I have turned the skybox off and just linked the laptop up to the telly. I was like 8 seconds behind.
I'm not being like funny here, but
picture's not as good. Like
I've got no issues with this first 20 minutes. Like,
now we'll look much better. Much better.
So we're actually keeping the ball and playing with it, like actually having some possession and moving the ball around.
So Bessie has a question in for this, saying it's from Steve HD saying, have you got the 2002-2003 away shirt in long sleeve? So it's the Andy Griffin one.
I don't. I've got it in short sleeve. I've seen it in long sleeve on eBay a few times over the last month, but it's generally going for more than I'm allowed to pay. Well, not I'm allowed because I'm not really allowed to pay out for them, but more than I'm prepared.
The problem with those ones as well, mate. What I've noticed that the sponsor, the NTL on it, it starts like cracking like mad, and a lot of them that you see on eBay, they've got like slices missing out in the middle of them.
It has on mine. I've got the NTL home, isn't it, across the kind of navy blue band, and good hit. That's
with first shot on target, I think.
Did well, Joe. Did very well there.
Might be aye. But I might crack a little bit as well. I've seen that there's a thing on Instagram that I'm sure catches either used or kind of highlighted before that does like renovates, if you want to call it, like sponsors.
All right, okay.
Stuff on shirts, like, so I might, because I've got the yellow, the Patrick Clive yellow one.
Oh, mate, I always want that one, right? And the eBay ones on there, they're like the bobble, like mad, like all over. There's one on eBay that looks mint. Then you look at the photos, it's got like a hole, like under the sponsor.
Oh, is it? I mean, there's a couple. I think there's about 2 or 3 on long sleeve ones at the minute I've seen on eBay recently.
Look, underrated shirts, those like, but that'll fall under with third kit, which we'll be doing a video on soon.
Aye.
It reminds us of the UEFA Cup days, to be honest.
I've got it on long sleeve.
Have you, Bestie?
It was a European shirt. I got it that Christmas. The long sleeve, and the sponsor kind of fell off as much as, and then because the stripes are like heat transfers around. They're starting to get a bit patchy as well. So that's out of all of mine. That's the one I'm thinking I might send it to get looked at by this.
It's a lovely shirt, like
it is a really nice shirt. It's because it was the like Patrick Kluivert, Jermaine Jennings, Kieran Dyer, the Lisbon away in the Europe, and it was a good campaign.
That's a good ball from them. That's
decent. That by
him. Going behind Lewis. Was it Lewis? He got behind Almiron.
Almiron chases back there, mate.
yeah.
So Keegan Bew says, how much would you lads pay for the number of Andros Townsend's hair transplant? I would love that, mate. Like,
his numbers ain't good. It's the 25 grand that costs to get the hair done, isn't it?
Look at it, man.
That's unbelievable now, like, keep up. Yeah,
well done. Keep up. That's the first time I've seen Darlow catch a ball like that.
Settled easily, kind of lush and Darlow, like, to be fair, but he doesn't struggle.
He's a good looking lad, like guy.
He is, aye. Yeah, he is. Well, mine just buffered a bit there, maybe behind us now.
So Tubbs MD says he's a neutral fan. Hope you lads don't mind that. Crack on, mate. We're just here talking about food and Monopoly.
No, get amongst it.
To be honest.
Welcome to the disappointment channel.
I can only imagine that the longer the game goes on, the less we're going to talk about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Huh? And just so Daryl, I've looked at the comments on this one, and Daryl's actually got that Monopoly under this stairs in his cupboard.
Oh, Daryl needs to lend with it.
Yeah, Daryl. So we might be lending that, mate. So Daryl, if you're watching, mate, what pieces do you get? Obviously, in the normal Monopoly, you get like the battleship, the boot, the car.
I played that.
I bet it's
Go on, Joe.
it's going to be a
Joe.
football in a boot. Go on, Joe. Pass it. Go on, Joe.
Not that.
Go on, Mickey.
Oh, Mickey.
What was that?
That's poor.
So yeah, Daryl, what pieces do you get? So
I'm going to guess a football, a football
A boot.
boot,
Yeah.
a whistle,
a bridge.
and
Whistle's a good shout, yeah.
oh, I don't know what else could you get? A flag, a linesman's flag,
It's Sports Direct Cup.
rattle,
Rattle
That's
as a
good
shout.
aye.
Scarf.
Scarf.
A boot. Was that boot?
Yeah, boot.
All right. Okay.
What other pieces you get in Newcastle United Monopoly? I was going to leave her on there. Doesn't that tell you on that eBay listing that you just had? Not give you any info on it.
Probably.
He's trying to retract his bid now. Then Daryl's got one.
Cancel.
Problems. Watch the one wide, lads.
We keep getting stretched down that side. Like Lewis is very narrow.
Daryl selling it, Dagger.
You're right there, Mark. Lewis is really getting tucked in, isn't he? Careful.
These are starting to come back into it now, like, aren't they?
Yeah,
you
would
expect
don't
it, though.
Yeah, they are.
look.
as
We
well.
don't look like threatened by them at the minute, though, do we?
Famous last words.
Yeah.
Right, watch this.
I would probably do say
Out again. Out. Come on, Longstaff. Move.
football strip or whistle.
He's hit that.
Oh, what a shot that is.
Safe.
Lewis, get beyond him. Should have went down the line, Lewis there.
There we go, Joe.
Go on, son.
Right.
Go on.
Go on, Joe.
Joe.
Go
Go on, Joe.
Go on, get in.
Ah,
Hard lines.
Oh, that's good.
He
I
did
was
well
done in
there,
there,
no.
didn't it?
Unlucky.
It was really unlucky that.
He looked
That's
strong there, like, didn't he?
Absolute nothing ball as well. He's done well to get where he did with that.
Absolutely, yeah. I actually think him and Lewis have. Him and Wilson have been okay. They've started. They seem to link quite well together at times. Or at least try to. Sorry, at least try to.
Yeah, they look all right.
Joe's hurt.
He's just sat down, hasn't he?
He's just put his hand up. Aye.
He's not.
Was he cough?
No, do you know what it is, though, lads? It's not very often you see Joe Lennon go off an injury. He always wants to stay on the pitch, like.
Oh yeah, and I think.
But when somebody
going
else
down-
wants to stay on, you always bloody moan about it and blame Bruce.
No, but I'm saying, like, he's clearly, like, if he's injured, 100%, like, he'll go off. But if it's just a knock, we've seen it before where I think Bruce was saying before that he always wants to play.
Yeah, he really goes down and faint. Like Hayden loves to lie down. Saint Maximum loves,
Daryl's-
you know.
Daryl, right? So there's a football boot.
Burger.
A goal?
A goal. Yeah, because it's a match day. Burger and a pint.
The World
And
Cup.
the World Cup.
Does he mean the word goal?
No, I'm
Like, how
assuming
would
it
you-
means like an actual
No, like an actual
Like a
goal.
3D
I never
goal.
would have thought.
Jesus
neck on the
Christ,
back and
it's
that.
No,
Well,
mate, it's a DVD.
I got two of them.
You just get the
Football,
DVD
isn't it?
with it.
Football.
What even happened in my mind there? I was like, goal.
All right, so
Jesus.
you get
Oh, there's more.
houses of
All right.
stands,
Houses or stands.
That's cool.
Hotels or stadiums.
hotels, or
What if
stadiums.
just like all of the grounds and that, like,
No, there'll
Yeah,
just
so
be
is it
one
just
particular.
Newcastle?
Daryl, you need to expand on this. So the houses are the stands. There's a lot of like houses and Oh, I get you. So the
There's like-
house
is there only
piece are the
4 houses?
stands. Right.
Yeah.
So Daryl, the street names are the street
oh,
names
right,
from
so the
Newcastle.
green and the red.
Yeah.
Right, I'm with you now.
So the street names are they names from Newcastle City Centre or are they something else?
The
Or the
players. Could be players,
or
couldn't it?
what?
With players, if she was Mayfair, then there must be players. You'd have thought.
Oh yeah, aye. Maybe
Or of the
the
train stations or metro stations.
oh, do you know what it is? We might have just made our own video here where we decide which player goes on which Monopoly bit.
Oh.
It's high value, innit?
Because obviously that Monopoly was like early 2000s, so we could make like a more recent one.
Yeah. The whole squad's on Old Kent.
Old Kent Road. Joe Linton.
Murphy. Lazar.
Go on,
No, I'm
Gav.
putting Lazar there.
All right, that's all right.
Actually, Survey. Survey would be Survey would be go to jail, wouldn't he?
No,
'Cause,
Seville
like,
would be
he's
that.
not- he's
No.
nowhere else. He's got to be in jail, 'cause that's
Survey would be that bit that you could never find in the box, mate.
You say Mitrovic? Did Bessie say Mitrovic for Old Kent Road?
What size is that wedge?
I just wanted a bite.
He nearly got one.
You know what it is? Somebody else is going to steal that idea now. By the time we get off this, there'll be another channel that's got like Newcastle Monopoly.
Remember,
Well, imitation's the best form of flattery.
imitation's the best form of flattery.
Right?
Aye.
Yeah. No. I'm not even going to get into it. You just can piss off.
I was just about to actually. But
Yeah. I'm biting me tongue on that one.
I'm going to go and get a bottle of brown. I'll see you in 2 minutes.
Get me a beer.
What do you want to bring a Gatorade? Like Decker's chair, man. Look at that, man. It looks like a Lilo.
Dear 6 in the Petrie house.
It actually looks like he's like stole it from a swimming pool in Ibiza.
Decker's gone to the kitchen for a beer.
Day 8 in the Big Brother house. Decker has just lied to his housemates about binning his McEwen's lager top.
Oh, most stuff I'd say that.
Oh,
Dear.
Oh, if any.
what's Will? Oh,
Ooh,
what a save.
save that, like, absolute save.
Some power in that, like.
Decker, what are you eating now, man, you fat prick?
I was.
Just found a jam donut.
What on earth's Wilson doing there? He's just swung at it and basically
What a save!
played a fantastic ball through, hasn't he?
Oh shit!
Oh, he's in here. Good tackle.
Good
Great
tackle
tackle.
from us.
Has Darryl replied
Actually-
about the hotels and about the street names yet?
Streets up players.
All right, streets up there, train stations are stands in St. James's Park.
What about the utility companies?
Oh, he did well, wasn't he? Didn't he?
That'll be, so if it was a modern day, it would be Sports Direct, Flannels, Cruise, Lily White.
Patisserie Valier, or whatever it's called.
Republic.
That's what they'll be now.
Go on, Joe. Hold it up.
On Joe.
Go to jail
Okay.
would be the Sports Direct warehouse toilet. So you go to give
Inside.
birth.
Inside. Look at Sean. Wide.
you should get it
Wide.
Go to Shirebrook.
Look at Manquillo, man, over there.
Go to jail, go to Shirebrook. Well done, Bestie. I like that one, mate.
Give it a monkey, man. Look at the space he's got on that bloody line out there.
Monkey. Give it a monkey.
But we could
Getting the,
replace
you know,
it.
the chance and community chest would be like you've got a pot of porridge but not hot water.
Oh, the jam just went fucking everywhere.
One of the forfeits would be, can you sing the song?
Geordies. Geordies.
Oh no!
That guy's got raspberry jam on his yellow
What are you
chair.
doing, Dennis? You spilled.
It's like I burst a spot. Literally, I took a bite there and it just went jam. Just that was the place. Absolute dominated. Oh, it's everywhere here. Like
The train stations must be metro stations, sure.
Jam.
No, he said there was stands, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Stands in
You
St
what?
James's Park. So it'd be like East Stand, Millburn Stand, Leazers and Gallagher. Or actually, if it was in the 2000s, it might have still been like the Sir John Hall stand and the...
Mm.
Was the Leazers the exhibition stand then?
I think it was, aye.
Well, if the monopoly that we'll make, okay, we'll get a commission, right? Instead of train stations, we'll have bars.
There'll
So
be a
we'll
bloody big Monopoly board.
No, so we're only allowed to
Fit
pick
them all
4
on.
bars from town. You only allowed to pick 4. So the Old George is obviously getting a mention. That's getting in there.
the strawberry has to, doesn't it?
The berry will have to, yeah. 2 more.
Oh, that save is unreal from Darwin.
Percy for the beer garden.
The Percy. Okay, the Percy where
the
that
woman
wife
that pisses
pisses herself. Right, we've got Bessie, you've got one more, mate. You can pick one ball in town.
Well, we've got the Strawberry, the Percy,
And the George.
The George. Peppers.
Sergeant Peppers.
Honourable mention for Idols. The original match day venue.
And like those cards that Bestie was talking about, you could be like something like, you bum into a hen do. Just stuff like that. That's what's happened to Decker. Schlup.
Alright. Me chops fucked, yeah. Absolutely.
We've dropped off the intensity the last 10 minutes, haven't we? We're letting them control the game.
Anyone seen Hendrick on?
He's there somewhere.
I believe by that silence. The answer is no.
I can't remember having a touch.
He done a canny ball earlier on. Do you know when we got set up on the right hand side where Wilson got the ball, crossed it in?
Right.
It was Hendrick that got the ball then. He intercepted it.
To be fair, though, you don't expect him to feature much because we're not doing really anything in the centre of the park, are we? Everything's going out wide out the wings.
He's playing right wing. He's 4-4-2. He's right wing. Longstaff and Shelby's in the middle.
So Dagger Adams said, "Move your mic away from your mouth. This isn't the ASMR channel." I don't know what the ASM. What does ASMR mean?
Is that like when whispering thing?
It's when the whisper down there.
It is.
So where am I meant to put my mic then? On my fucking eye.
Below your chin.
Know what he means.
Put it down at the bottom. Keep
That's
that.
what I'm doing. Oh, what chocolate's your kid got there? No one's waiting, Mark. I'm on mute now then.
No, you're not on mute. We're going to hear you, mate.
Oh, all right. Okay.
We're just ignoring you.
I thought Adam had just.
How's he telling us something?
Because I was doing ASWRY or whatever. He's fucking muted us.
Oh, lovely that.
That's a classic Shearer back. Oh, what a ball!
There he is.
Corner. Well done, Hendrick. Won that corner brilliantly there, Hendrick.
Hey,
excellent player, Hendrick.
Mark. Can't fucking take your face for a shite. Wilson did amazing there.
Very Shearer-esque with his sticking his bum in the defender, wasn't he?
Who, Henry? Right, this is it, lads. This is a goal for Fernandez from here.
That's the cue for some sort of special corner there with the bouncing and from Shelby.
Oh,
for God's sake, man. What was that?
Jesus Christ!
What you got to say about that, Petrie?
That's a special sign for
brilliant,
a corner.
that Shelby. Brilliant. Jesus Christ, man.
Unbelievable.
Get Richie back on corners.
Have to get him off the fucking treatment table. Is he on the bench today or not? Oh, we've lost it again. Why can't we take a throw in?
Bruce said he was going to be involved today. I don't know if he's just in the squad or if he's, I can't remember, from the bench. I think he's on the bench. He is. Apparently he is on the bench.
That was maybe the worst corner I've seen in my life.
Yeah, he's right. It's up there, and there's a lot of competition between our corner takers.
I think every corner he takes fucking the worst. Oh, I'm doing Wilson again.
Dagger, despite what Adam's told you to do with a mic, mate, put it close at your mouth. Like, it's really like tinny.
Hello, I'm back.
Your mic's gone really echoey, and I don't know why. It's been covered in fucking jam.
Jamming. Well played, Joe, there.
Joe's done very well, hasn't he?
He has played quite well, actually.
I played well, Joe Linton.
Good tackle.
Well in, Sean.
So, Bestie, what's your thoughts about Hayden not playing? Since you've seen him in the training photos.
He seemed to be ready, didn't he?
Definitely wasn't him, like, was it?
He was adamant.
Who was it? Like, who was it?
Isaac, that.
It was Shelby.
Shelby and Chris Renton.
It was definitely Shelby, like.
You thought Hayden was Shelby? Oh, sorry.
I thought it was Clark. At first glance, I thought it was Clark, but Clark was further up front. Yeah.
Football.
Him and Lascelles and Clark are best friends, according to Zoom Army this week. Handball.
Me and Lascelles like that now, best mates.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what you should have actually reminded. Can you remember this weird kid who said thank you to you one night?
Honestly, what was going through my head there, man?
Was that Norwich? Was it Norwich?
It was Norwich away. Yeah. Like we drove down to Norwich away, and Jesus Christ, we were absolutely bladdered like way before kickoff, weren't we?
God.
And obviously, what was the final score? Was it 2-2, or did we get beat?
No, I think it was 2-0. Darlow did that howler, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did they not score the equaliser in like the last minute or something like that?
I can't remember. But obviously after the game, we went to a pub. Then for some reason we started heading back towards the ground, and somebody was like the players are getting on the coach. So like I ran over, and Lascelles was just there talking to fans. Then I just ran up to Lascelles, like sprinted towards him. I was like, Almiron, man, sprinting towards him, and he just stood there and looked at us. And I just went, thank you.
Well done there. Get inside. That's the ball.
Give me. Look at Miggy. Go on, Miggs. Get up. Get on him.
Where's Lewis? There's Lewis away on his bike.
Too relaxed, mate.
Praising him.
That was poor, that like.
Was that the game when I saw you in the coach notice beforehand?
It was, mate.
Aye, mate. Aye.
I was with my dad.
Yeah.
We were giving grief for we were giving grief to them people to the right hand side. There was like 2 or 3 people, wasn't it, that kept having to go at me and you, Chris, and then we were like giving it back, or Adam as well.
Yeah, there's a photo. There's a men's photo of all.
Yeah.
So when Adam got arrested.
Oh god, Keegan Buse just said, "What's the quickest way to Norwich?"
We've got an old timer here.
Keegan's been around for a while. Bestie might be able to answer this. Bestie being a Norwich local at one point. I can't even remember what the argument was.
I know. It was. Didn't he say you could like get there on a train or drive quicker? There was something, wasn't it? Like you could fly.
No, it was because he'd been. It was Isaac Hayden had been linked with moving to Norwich or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying it was no easier to get to London from Norwich than it was Newcastle.
Mark said it would take you the same time to get to London from Norwich than what it would from Newcastle to London.
That was it.
And there was only a few minutes in it. Oh. There wasn't much in it because Darryl had a look on his timetables, didn't he? And I think there was only a little bit in between.
You got the bus.
Well, when I used to work with lads, Sam Penny, lovely kid, who was big into his rugby. So it was May 2010. We went down to Twickenham for the sevens, and we got the bus, National Express from Norwich to London, and it took about 2 hours. It's about a third of the time it takes to get to Newcastle.
I think we had the idea, mate. I think we had the idea where me and Decker were going to drive from here to. Oh, I can't even remember, but it was a mint idea what we had. But obviously, it never came to light. But it was a great idea. I think Mark was going to drive from here to London, and I don't know what me and Decker were going to do. But I'm sure we were on the train. I'm sure we were on the train or something, Decker.
I always remember ages ago when I had the idea. Getting off at Central Station and getting Mark to go for a pasty or something.
We'll still have to do that, you know.
You want to get off the station, run to the next station, and got on
Move
the
your hand away from your mouth. Move your hand away from your mouth.
Mate, you've got your hand over your mouth. So yeah, the idea was obviously most people would have seen this viral video where there's a kid on the underground, then there's somebody recording him, and the phone doesn't stop recording. Then obviously he runs off the tube, then gets back on the tube at the next stop. So we were going to do a Mark from Haymarket to Monument to see if he could do it. But We'll not tell people what we're going to do, but we still have to do that. Like,
Yeah, I'm just trying to give it away there. I'm sorry.
it'd be fucking hilarious.
You wouldn't get the top of your
It's kind of easy at the minute because there'd be anybody in your way, would it?
That's
You'd fly up them stairs in the Haymarket, anybody in your way, straight down Northumberland Street.
What were you saying, Bestie, mate?
You wouldn't even get the top of Haymarket escalator before the train got the monument.
Nah. You would have to, like, somebody would have to try and delay the metro, like stand on the doors or something.
Imagine if you got a Haymarket and the escalators were off.
Go on, Joe. Go on.
Oh. Just couldn't get it out with his feet there, could he?
He's weak as piss with his shots, like, isn't he? Let's be honest.
He did well there again. You know, he gets in. To be fair to him, he's getting in the right areas, but that was poor once he got there.
He does well to rob him there. You just can't get out with his feet. Look, man, it's behind him.
Left foot, isn't it?
It's behind him. He's trying to like dig it out from underneath him.
It's unlucky that, you know.
Good positioning, though.
To be fair, honestly, I'm not saying that he's like.
Bruce knows that was a chance there, like, didn't he?
He's done all right tonight so far.
I think he's been very good. Joe. He's been very good, Joe.
That's the problem, isn't it? What is his accent about? Bruce's accent? Like,
what
is it?
Oh, I'm glad he took that touch there, like.
Problems, yeah.
Because Yarte was in acres.
Was it? Was that? Oh, no, Hendrick, sorry. Watch that way. Oh, ball.
That's a way. Slop.
Yeah, so Keegan Buse.
A mile offside there.
Keegan Buse is putting the in the chat on YouTube there that we're going to do some sort of Top Gear special, where me and Decker, I'm sure me and you are just going to sit somewhere and get pissed, like on a train or something, and Mark had to drive to Norwich or something like that.
No, because it wasn't driving, because obviously driving from Newcastle to London's bloody a lot further. It was because of the trains, because the trains are like so fast from Newcastle to London. That's why I said it.
Quick as lightning.
Well, somebody's going to have to look back and see what we're going to do.
Go on.
I was saying it was just as fast to get the train from Newcastle to London than it was to get from Norwich to London, like driving or something like that. And then even Daryl got involved and said that if you get the train from Norwich to London, it was only about 20 minutes, half an hour faster than from Newcastle.
Aye, Daryl had you like changing trains twice.
Oh, Chris, you want a different beer now? What you on?
The train man.
I'm on the Strongbow now, mate. I ran out of Dragon Soup.
Nice one.
Train line, Mitchell Hill.
I'm going to have a whiskey here for a score. Like I opened my new bottle up. I see my new glass. My mate got as my best mate. It's I don't know if you can see, but it's got a bullet in it. Oh, no, go that way.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I can see it, mate. Aye.
Yeah, nice, isn't it? Good.
He's such a nerd, like.
It still tastes the same out of the glass. Doesn't deal with it too, but it's nice though.
Who's got an echo? Somebody's got a feedback. Oh, it's gone.
It's gone. Where's Mark? Oh, mind you, I feel like I'm in the library now. Bloody hell. Quiet now. God, it's really quiet.
It hasn't been a bad half, has it?
Oh no, it's been best. It's been alright, but I'm much of a fan of having two up front. Let's get that out straight away. But I still think that we're just lack, don't we, that bit of quality to really carve open a side. Do you know what I mean?
Ref's whistle. There's another point for me.
Right, okay, so Daryl said, Chris, in addition to the pieces I mentioned, you can also be a ref's whistle, okay, a cap. Anything else, Daryl? He's also said in the group chat that we've missed something. We haven't missed it. Adam's missed it. That's who's missed it.
What's it put like? What's that?
I think we're just talking about Monopoly again, mate.
Oh.
Had a couple of decent half chances there, like.
I think all of them came from Joe. Every chance I can remember was Joe.
Did Wilson have a header? But definitely,
it was Joe's header, mate. That went
Joe's had a
wide.
good few chances, mate.
But at least he's being busy. He's not hiding. He's not hiding away. That I've questioned the last few weeks. I think the players have been going hiding, and I don't think Joe has tonight. I'm not saying he's been amazing, but
do you know what we're doing, mate? We're trying to move the ball up the field rather than down the field. Yeah, and it makes a huge difference.
Well, I definitely think that the way that it's the two up front definitely helps you, because think of it just logically in your mind. If you play two up front, their defense immediately drop back some yardage because they're not up against one player. So by having two up there, it does cause a little bit more of a problem. But let's be fair, Palace aren't any great shakes, are they? Let's be realistic. I mean, but
we're definitely seeing better out of Joe, though. It's more of a type of position that he likes to play in. Kind of.
I think Wilson
alongside a striker.
Him and Wilson are okay together. They seem to be causing a bit of trouble, and I'm sure Wilson will enjoy a little bit more having someone next to him for a bit.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Well, at least he's got a bit of company today.
But the issue you have, that's what I mean. But I'm not just saying it because it's Hendrick. I just mean the style of play. Sorry, the style of player that we have on the right wing literally just doesn't want to get forward. I don't think Longstaff's particularly done enough. I think Shelby's actually had some canny good passes. I know the corner was horrendous, but Shelby's tried to keep it ticking over. But again, we're not quite dictating the play in the centre of the park as much as I would like. But
there's not really much happening in the middle, though, is there? It's to be fair, a lot of it's going down our left side with Lewis and Miggy, or just straight down the middle to Joe, and then playing into Wilson. The amount of times that Manquillo had space, acres and acres, just standing there out on the touchline on the right, and the ball's not going out to him.
Yeah, because I was going to say that, because if you think of the opportunities that have come from the right-hand side of Hendrick and Manquillo, you'd have to probably say it's none. Like it all seems to be Miggy's end, which you would expect because Miggy's obviously got pace.
No, you had the chance coming from Wilson that high the ball towards Joe in the middle of the pitch. That took the deflection.
But that's Wilson though creating that. What I meant, sorry,
was Hendrick, mate. Hendrick intercepted it. Yeah, Hendrick intercepted it. Then played it.
Right, fair enough. I'll take that one back.
I'll keep you right, mate. It's only because it's Crystal Palace I remember these games.
Someone has to keep us right. No. But no, to be fair, it's not great. It's better than I thought. Better than I thought it would be. Oh. So what you drinking, Mark? What you got to drink there?
Yeah, just Coors.
Fastest train from Newcastle to London in normal time is 2 hours and 40 minutes. Darryl.
I'm pretty sure the argument was something to do with getting to London, because he was rumoured to move to Norwich. So I'm sure Mark came out with a stupid comment saying that it was similar times from Newcastle to London or Norwich to London.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying.
Nah, fucking ridiculous.
2 hours 40 on the train from Newcastle to Norwich. Norwich to... What I was saying was it's a nightmare getting in and out of Norwich.
He's still trying to dig.
It was hilarious, that one, wasn't it? It went on forever.
It's going on 3 years later. He's still defending his comments. Darryl said the utilities, but the club museum. Fucking hell, that wouldn't have been very big.
That's not there anymore, is it? That's the terrace now, isn't it? The museum.
They shifted it so they've got like a little museum trophy thing, like before you go on the stadium tour. Yeah, it's like
isn't that
like the second or third level?
Oh, mate.
It's just you realise how shit we are, don't you, when you see that one?
Do you know what it is, though, right? And I know we haven't won anything and stuff like that, but there is some like history with the club. The club could easily have some little area like flashbacks and like even the likes of like obviously we've done the Battle of the Kits, like memorable kits and stuff like similar to like to the football museum. You could easily make like a similar little museum for your club.
Yeah.
And
quite easy. We've had some. We've spoke about these Champions League games, heroic nights that we've had, Barcelona's and all the rest of it. And I know they're not winning anything, but the moments in time, aren't they? The moments that have established your football club. And we've got now. We've got a nice little sort of presentation thing about Bobby Robson. There's a few things in there that's been donated from Bobby, but other than that, there's not much, is there?
You could easily have something, mate, that's dedicated to something like that for the stadium tours. Yeah. Easy.
Well, we have kind of now, since they did all the redecoration in like the tunnel, and then the director's box, the entrance goes out right there. That's all along that corridor.
No,
now
but-
the timelines of like the best players and all of that kind of thing, and
Yeah,
which I
like,
always
you-
find quite
you've got, like,
ironic.
little- You've got collages and montages and that, mate, but you could literally have something like a trip down the years and memorable moments for the club and stuff like that, and you could easily do it rather than a glass cabinet.
This is
with
a great
plates,
save.
mate.
This save from Darlow was brilliant, you know. What a
Yeah,
save
great.
that is.
Yeah.
Hey, it really is.
So Ben Hunter said, "What's the takeaway choice tonight?" Decker's not having a takeaway. Decker's had a pizza
Well,
made for him.
It's early doors yet. It's only 9 o'clock.
I have an 8, so I'll probably order a takeaway soon. Like,
Shearer.
I'm getting a takeaway tomorrow because we're painting all day tomorrow. I've stuck a holiday in at work, so I'm painting. So I'm going to get pissed and just get food. Joe, it was a goal like, you know.
it takes it off him.
You know,
mate,
maybe
doesn't it?
if he'd have slided there, he could have maybe he's got it.
It's that deflection. I'm not putting any blame on Joe there. Like, it takes.
No.
See if they showed. they didn't show it. But
This was good
when
play
you
from
saw
me.
it from behind the goal, it looked like the player had his hand on Joe's shoulder and the ball comes off it, but they didn't even look at it on VAR or anything like that.
So Daniel here says, any half-time subs, lads? I keep it the same. I'm not sure
Yeah,
about
I
you,
don't
but I
think
keep
we-
it the same.
No, I don't
Oh,
think we need to. I'm
no,
quite
it's good to
happy
see.
with.
Porter's just texted saying, just as well I'm watching the stream, mate, because the match is a joke.
Here he is, the handsome bastard. Shearer's got his finger in every bit of pie at the minute, like, ain't he?
Yep.
Melvin Lee, our central midfield is proper dreadful. Can't create much to move forward, which dictates what have to pass back. He's got a point we've been seeing for weeks, months now, that, in fact, years, we never really replaced Kabay. Then on the back of that, we never really replaced the likes of Diome. Two decent players over the
Well,
years.
I said to midfielder to have that's willing to drive forward with the ball like Dion.
We tried with Marino, didn't we? Mikel Marino,
He was a
but
lovely player. He was a
didn't want
lovely
to be.
player.
Yeah, he just didn't want to be. Yeah.
He was a
Do
lovely
you not
player.
remember that game that Mehdi Abid had as well? He had, I think it was against
Oh,
Liverpool. He had an
unreal.
absolute blinder.
Even Dan
I could
Gosling.
not
Dan
understand
Gosling
why
was
we let
decent.
I couldn't understand why we let Mehdi Abid go. Like I just thought he was good.
Was it Gosling in the Championship where he played most of the games, or was it the season we came up after the Championship?
Hey, Kieran Bolton says sub Shearer on.
You're right there, Kai.
Would you have Toven back on a free? I don't think you're going to get Toven back. Is Toven going for a free? Wasn't he like a £70 million rated player like not so long ago?
He might be out of contract now or something. Maybe that's the point of the question. I still don't think he got any. I actually, to be honest with you, I thought it was quite disgusting the way some of the fans give him shit, not fit to wear the shirt and things like that. They were singing it was awful.
Yeah, horrible time for the club, that, wasn't it?
It was awful.
Him and Cabela though, really, wasn't it?
Toven had a lot of quality, but.
So Jay Roundtrue says, have you seen the reports in the German media that Bentaleb could be coming back? He's not coming
And I know,
back.
thanks.
I better no thanks. He's definitely not coming back to Newcastle United, I'll tell you that now.
Jesus Lord.
He's been suspended, hasn't he?
He's training with the youth team again, isn't he?
I reckon he's a right twat, but to be fair, the one thing Bruce seemed to handle him all right, but I reckon his attitude's terrible.
Is he French Algerian?
Yes.
Yes.
Hasn't there been a lot of players that come with that attitude who are the French Algerian players?
Yep, I'll be careful what I say.
Well, they're all Tourags, aren't they? Well, a lot of them are Tourags that you have the reports from. Is Benzema? Is he?
I remember when
Algerian?
Bentaleb first came, his first couple of games, he looked quite good and he was trying to organise stuff. And then once he then got into bloody Bruce's stride, that just took his game away from him and he just then started playing crap.
We've had another comment there saying I thought Decker was going to destroy McEwen's shirt sponsor at half time. He's already destroyed it. His lass has put it in the bin. Allegedly.
It's factual. It's factual. If she wasn't upstairs, I'd go and get her. Because I shouted the other night and I went, where's the shirt? And she went, you told us to throw it away. And I went, no. And then I remember she said,
You're not destroying that shirt.
she said, I'm not going to wait for bed anymore because the ASICS logo had fell off now. I'm like, I don't need it. Hide it away. And she went, are you sure? And I went, I hide it away.
Your lass's reason for not wearing that shirt for bed was because the ASICS logo had fell off. What difference does it make?
Well, no, she just said, I'm not going to wear this for bed anymore. And she held it up and I went, the ASICS logos fell off and I've got a mint one now, which is the one I wear a lot of. And I said, just bid it. And she went, are you sure? And she asked us 3 times. And she said before I came downstairs, she went, I asked you 3 times and you said throw it away. So it was my fault. I just wasn't thinking. So
yeah. Another question.
What I'll do, I'll buy one off eBay and I'll rip it off. So there we go.
Hold it.
Mate, you're not buying one off eBay because that's like 200 quid that you're buying off eBay to rip the front off the stuff. Harry writes here, what do we think of Eddie Anderson and the chances of him getting into our team in the years to come? I think it's another player who comes from the likes of the academy in the is it under 23s it's classes these days, where maybe we're bigging them up a little bit too much. Just got to take our time with them, send them out on loan, see how they do. We've had it before with Campbell. It
goes back further than that. It goes back like for me, Adam Armstrong's the one that got away from me. We just wouldn't give plans wouldn't give him a chance because he didn't cost money. And I just couldn't quite understand that. It was straight away, he's shy, he's only young. We need to buy someone with experience. We need to buy someone that's been there and done it. It's very difficult for a young one to come through these days, I think.
Yeah,
we've
you're right.
Loads and loads over the year, man. Like before Adam Armstrong, we had Alan Armstrong with a U in Alan. We had Chopra, like Chopra's probably the one that got the most games. And we always try to bring through, a player from the under 23s as a striker, but it just never works out.
I tell you who's the football manager is that lad we've signed from Paraguay, Rodrigo
Vilca.
So I say that tongue in cheek when I say football manager, someone will jump on it. But he actually is. He's got mint dribbling. He's good passing.
I'm not sure if you know this, but I'm pretty right. I'm 99% confident in this, and I learned this from Emil on Extra Time. So if you haven't watched Extra Time yet, go back. There was one came out earlier today, but a couple of months ago when we first signed him, was it last month when we first signed him? I'm pretty sure his middle name is Gary.
Who, the Paraguayan bloke?
Vilca, yeah. So his middle name's Gary.
Oh.
Gary.
Yeah.
He must have found that out on Insta.
It'd be on Wikipedia or something like that, mate.
Have a look.
Bessie's having a bit of a trouble here. He's
Rodrigo Vilca. No, it's just Rodrigo on. He's actually Rodrigo Vilca Beteta.
Yeah, somewhere it's Gary. I might just made that up. Maybe Emil's just pulling me leg.
What's Porter saying there? DHOTY.
Did not happen of the year awards.
What didn't happen?
Probably your last putting that shirt in the bin.
Honestly, I'm telling you now.
Even your mates are calling you out.
It's bollocks that. I'm telling you. I'll go and drag out of bed and say, fucking come on here and say it. I'm telling you, she asked me and said, should I throw this chat away? And I went, aye.
Yeah, me to blame. I'm not sure who asked the question, but someone said, are you doing a Battle of the Kits, 3rd kit edition? Yes, we are.
Ben Hunter.
Yeah, Ben Hunter. So we are. The away kits one has been recorded. That's available for people who have signed up for Patreon. I think everybody's watched that on Patreon, so we'll probably release that over the weekend for everybody else. But yeah, next week we'll probably record our 3rd kits, Battle of the Kits. Then soon to follow the goalkeeper. I'm looking forward to the goalkeeper one, to be fair.
Wait, as long as you leave one out, because we all know which one would win.
Yeah, I'll definitely be leaving the Sunset kit out. Yeah.
Oh, what happened there?
There we go. There was a player that forgot to use his legs. Long stuff again.
It was a swinger, that, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Ben Hunter has also said, Degger, just admit it, you've bottled it.
Mate, I'm not bottling out, man. The top was wrecked.
Sounds like you're bottling it.
It's in the fucking bin, man. It's in the bin. How can I bottle something?
Typical Tory backtracking on everything he says.
I didn't hide it away. She did.
Keep confused. Why is Degger sitting on a box of McDonald's fries?
Oh.
I love them that much, mate.
Where's Bestie?
It's Lilo. His battery's died.
Oh, is that why he was getting his extension?
It's normally his earphones that die halfway through podcasts. Tonight it's his battery.
I've just texted my last saying, fucking get on Twitter or something and tell them that I made you hideout.
So you're forced now to tell with that something that you didn't do now.
He's telling his lads to make up things on Twitter.
Yeah.
The top was worse than one you've got on.
Dega, I think we're all in agreement here that we'll just appreciate it, and we won't judge you for lying, mate. Just tell the truth now.
Oh, you're winding us up now because I'm not a liar. I'm fucking not a liar. I don't like being called a liar. I really don't. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. That's one thing I'm not a liar. So you can fuck off. Alice can fuck off. I'm not a liar. Like, as I'll say again, the top was fucked, man. It was wrecked. It had no Essex logo on and out. That's why she was waiting for bed.
You get very offensive at this, man. You get really, really defensive.
Yes. That's how you know he's lying.
So I go all Steve Bruce on you and go, what do you say? I'm not telling you, you're a liar.
You call me a liar.
Call me a liar.
Brilliant.
I'm waiting for this. That's happening again. I don't know if Hope's there tonight. You can guarantee there'll be something said about it.
You call me a liar.
Third round of the FA Cup draw were number Stephen Taylor.
Number Stephen Taylor.
I think that's the problem, isn't it, with the cup draws and that? It's like, yes, it is. Of course, it's nice to be in the cup draw, quarterfinals or whatever, but you just know we'll get Man City and Chelsea and get beat anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you haven't got any hope, have you?
Every time we get this far in the cup, it's normally Man City or Arsenal we draw against. Like,
well, I just get butchered, don't we?
What do you mean this far? Haven't got that far yet.
Yeah, true.
But is the semis at Wembley as well? Is it?
He's back.
Let's do that.
Sorry.
Hello, Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Joe. Go on,
mate. Been Joe. Go on, Migs, lad.
Oh, referee.
Why is he pulling that back? He's got the ball. He's away.
I know. Rubbish, man.
Easy, eh?
Easy does it. Settle down.
Is he the one that signed from QPR?
Yeah, it's the one.
It is, isn't it?
I'm literally going to find one of them tops on eBay now because he's fucking pissed us off. I'll try and buy one and I'll cut the fucker off.
Why don't you just buy Monopoly, mate?
Oh, what year was that top? Newcastle.
93?
Which one?
394.
The one that I reckon you took in the bin.
Which I have.
90,
well, I didn't, but she did.
93, 94. Was I?
Right. Even if I can get like a cheap, I'm not paying like £100 fucking like, but I mean, right. I'm taking 93. It's got Wonga coming up. No.
Maybe that's the interest from 93.
Gone.
40 quid. $120? Oh, right.
Nah, mate, they're like pricey. Like, we'll believe you, mate. You don't have to go and buy another one.
I'm trying. Do you know what it is? I haven't emptied the bin. Actually, I wonder if the main bin hasn't been emptied.
Short Shane zone. That's how was Essex jersey did you see?
Hey, do you know what it is? It might still be in the bin, you know, because I haven't emptied that bin yet. It was blue bin the day, not black. So
We'll have a look in your bin.
Daryl, stop ruining it for me, man. We're going to lend it off you. Stop ruining it for me. We're going to do an unboxing video of Monopoly.
I'll ask her what bin she put it in.
Brown properties. I hope he's not saying they were brown because they were crap. Or is he just starting from like number 1 at the back and making his way around?
Yeah.
Maybe that, mightn't it?
Yeah.
Rather than value.
I've just texted her to say what bin did she put it in because there might be a chance it might still be outside.
Or was he saying that's who the brown ones are? Is Pavel and Shea? So it must literally go from like 1 to 11 kind of thing around the board.
Oh, well, our one, their version is just obviously going by player numbers. Our version will be the shittest players and the one worth the least amount of money. That's how we'll do ours. Has someone got like a tablet on or something? Is that you, Mark? Is that your house?
No, I've got annoying children next to us.
Who's other?
Mine, unfortunately.
I knew that would entertain that guy.
Oh, careful. That's what I was.
It was fine when one of them was here, but then the other ones came downstairs and now being a
I
knobhead.
need the password. Please, password.
What password?
What Amazon?
You're not getting the
Bed.
Amazon password. Tough. Get to bed.
I said bed, can I put empty this?
You seen that, man? You seen the players now, like where they're putting the arms, just in case it goes to VAR if it hits off the arms.
Oh!
Yeah, that as well, wasn't it? Free as a bird. There he goes.
When the fuck did he go to Crystal Palace?
Been there a couple of years.
Cahill. Been
Aye.
there well, eh?
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Androd Doddy. How did that work? That's it.
Can you play centre midfield? That's the question.
Sounds quite exotic.
Why, lad?
Geordie USA's just said Decker's going to miss the second half by digging through the bins.
If she texts back and says it's in that bin, I'll go and find that foot. Like,
It makes a change from him digging through the bins looking for like kebabs and pizzas and that, doesn't it? What he's
That's
normally
been
digging
done.
around in the bin for.
that's very
Yeah, he's
true.
normally in a bin looking for kebab meat. Aye.
That's true. Like, been done many times.
Shane Saunders is getting involved with the Monopoly chat. Kasaba and Stephen Carr would surely be the cheap sections on the Monopoly board.
Kasaba.
Oh, harsh on Stephen Carr, that like he wasn't that bad.
I've got a matching bin. I've also got these matching cushions here. I've got other thing. I've got a nice something else lovely over that side of the room actually.
I wouldn't say it was like someone just said it was Tory, but I would more say it's Lib Dem. Is that me, innit? Yella.
Yeah.
Classic TV AM.
Any is watching The Crown, yous lot?
Nah.
Oh, I love it, mate. Like Thatcher's just be even more of a we are.
Oh, he's
It's good, like it's good.
How did he get through? Bloody four of our players there. Look at that, man.
It's almost like
That's
a toe
poor,
punt.
that, like, isn't it?
I feel as if it was like a bit of a hit and hope toe punt. This towards the player.
Look, Mickey, Lewis,
Oh,
and then
no.
3 of them in front of him.
No,
That's just lucky, that thing.
it's lucky, man. It's just lucky that. Totally lucky. It's our player that puts him forward because he tries to tackle him and it ends off like toe punting towards goal. Centre midfield's totally gone missing, hasn't it? Shelby and Longstaff completely.
It's been missing for fucking weeks.
Go on, my knee. Good touch.
Great
that
touch
was.
that.
Commit.
Oh,
Well,
well done, Joe.
That's a free
We'll
kick.
take it.
Hit it. Oh,
We'll take it.
Well, Shawnee would have hit that from there as well.
Yeah, he would have.
Wilson did very well there, didn't he? A lovely turn that. Slightly behind
To
him.
be
He did
fair,
well,
it's
Joe.
slightly soft ball, isn't it? Joe does well to get a hold of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Getting in between them and the ball as well. There.
Oh, this will be
Shelby from here, you reckon?
He is weak as piss.
Yeah, it is.
This will hit off the wall.
Has he got his eye in from training?
Top corner.
Goal kick.
Top corner. Then he takes his mask off like Scooby-Doo and his eyes are kid and all along.
Can you imagine the technique of Hayden from
Come on,
here?
John Joe.
Really, though, be fair.
That'll be Brucey's going, come on, John Joe. Hit it for me, John Joe.
Come on, John Joe.
Make the keeper work at least.
Get round. On target.
What I tell
Straight
you,
at the bloody
wall.
man.
Knee-high.
Horrendous, man.
Shocking.
Like, have we had a player that can take a decent free kick? I know we've scored free kicks, but we've had a decent one since Kabay.
Rondon.
Richie scored a few.
Rondon, that one of Brighton, Bournemouth. Rondon, sorry,
He scored one though, didn't he?
But every time he got over the ball, though, he hit the bar at one. I remember, Christ, it was amazing.
Yeah, he rattled the ball, mate.
And then he came out wide and then ended off crossing it in for Perez. It was an amazing couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Murphy took a decent one the other week, didn't he?
But if he's over the ball on a free kick, when Kabay stood over the ball, I thought there was a good chance that we're going to score it, mate. When Shelby got it there, I told you straight away he's going to hit the wall.
Yeah. To me, personally, honestly, Shearer and then Kabay, and then I don't know who else. We probably haven't had one since that.
Emery.
Why you gone there, Shelby, man?
Taylor.
Go on, win
Ryan
it.
Taylor.
Ryan Taylor, yeah.
Ryan Taylor's a good shout. But that was a Kabay era, though. I'm talking after that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Hello, Ruben. All the way from Spain.
Hola,
Ruben.
You need to show off, Mark.
Buenas noches.
Has Decker had sexy thoughts about Gillian Anderson's Maggie Thatcher?
Sexy thoughts.
100%.
It's hard. It's tough for me.
100%.
It's tough for me because I said, Lisa, I was like, you don't understand how
Go on.
Oh,
Go on.
Do you know what it is, though? Meggy needs more
Why
confidence.
didn't Meggy take that himself?
Yeah, he could have had a shot there.
He shouldn't be passing there, like, should he?
He could have easily hit that, like.
It's a bad ball as well. He plays behind Joel, isn't he?
Wilson,
he's got Wilson round the neck there.
He did amazing, Wilson. There. Do you know what it is? Actually, looking at back, Almiron couldn't really.
That's a good tackle left from Van Aanholt. Mickey should have took that.
Joe's trying to get on his right. If he had to try to get on his left there, then he's like open shot there.
Great ball. Keep it in.
Lovely ball.
That's a lovely ball. That.
Have a look.
Poor again. Just kind of get it. Final ball.
As soon as he came on his weaker foot, though, you knew, man.
Yeah.
Well
just knew.
Well done, that. Keegan Busey is a free kick at 2 took in the championship.
Cardiff.
Against Cardiff. Cardiff, that was brilliant, that.
No,
don't forget Henri Surveys against West Ham.
After he scored an own goal. Didn't he score an own goal that game as well?
Yeah. Well, you certainly give the ball away or own goal or something terribly.
Sure, it was an own goal.
Shelby scored against Brighton as well.
And the thing he did, Shelby scored a decent one against West Ham last year when we beat them 3-2, but we should have been about 10-0 at half time.
But like, I go back to what we're saying. I don't think we have got a player where we get a free kick in that position where we go, like we might have a chance here. But we haven't since Kabay. I don't think we have.
I think you're probably right, Chris, to be honest with you.
Because just look at St. James's Park when we got a free kick on a dangerous position like that. Everyone anticipated the keeper would at least get tested.
Yeah.
Especially with Kabay on the field, you expected a goal, didn't you? Almost. It felt like a penalty.
He just oozed confidence as well. Like you could just see, like the way he got the ball, put it down, and lined himself up. He just oozed, didn't he? And now we get that, and like Shelby's like, I'm just gonna twat it.
That one against Man United was just incredible.
Yeah,
unreal.
It's everything added to that, though. Obviously, it was pissing down the rain. It hit the crossbar and bounced behind the line.
Yeah.
It was just fantastic. He slid on his knees. It's
amazing.
Longstaff, that is awful, man.
He's won that, though.
That is. But look, before he picks up the ball here, though, he just lets him go straight past him.
He does, right? But this pisses off because it's not a challenge from behind. He wins the ball there, like.
Yeah, we'll go.
Look at that. That's pathetic. That.
But
he doesn't sit about. Nah, I don't think he does. Like,
he shouldn't be going.
He does. He gets that.
But the problem I get is that
right?
It's not. But in front of where the lad's running, there's 2 or 3 Newcastle shirts coming towards the ball. There's no need to have to go to ground.
To be fair, you shouldn't allow him to go past them so easily.
True. But that's the thing, though, isn't it? It's as if
it's a dangerous position here.
It is. He's felt like he's done a mistake and he's like, oh shit, I have to lunge in. You didn't have to, man.
Giving it away here. This is a bad.
It's Van Aanholt I'm worried about. Van Aanholt, yeah. He scored the last time against her, didn't he? There's this kind of range as well, I'm sure.
Yeah. Why you talk over? Come on. Just let him miss it.
Van Aanholt is taking this like any.
He'll absolutely whip this in, like I tell you.
Let's put it wide.
That'll be worse than Shelby's.
Fucking hell! How can some professional footballer do that, man? Honestly, man.
That's how I was goal kick all day.
Goal kick.
That was horrific, wasn't it? Horrific.
That was a hell of a position for them as well. That.
Look at this
Yeah,
here.
it was.
Oh, he took
my
that in.
God.
Oh,
God.
what on it? That's even worse than I thought.
That is
He just doesn't
awful,
connect to
that.
the ball, does he?
That's what I mean. How can someone that I'm not even going to say money. I'm not even going to talk about money here. But how can a professional in your role do that? And you're designated free kick taker, so it's not like you're the last man here.
Yeah.
This is actually you've been put forward over the other 10 players because you're the best at that, and that's what you've got. Come on, man.
Was he with us for a year or was it only 6 months? Van Aanholt.
A few weeks.
Was it just
10
weeks?
days.
A few weeks it was,
Was it just like a month loan or something? 3 month loan, something like that?
I think he played something like 10 games.
He played in the. Did he not play in the Chelsea game, mate?
He
Where we beat them in the cup.
No, he got by that
Did he
point.
not?
That was the day I moved back up north from Norwich. That was that day.
I watched that in the West Park pub, which isn't there anymore, sadly.
No, it's a Sainsbury's now. I was in Barton. I was in Barton having a Chinese. No, he played the championship season, 2009-2010.
Yeah.
He came
Change
in.
here, you know. Change here, by the way.
He came. I think Jose Enrique got injured, so they brought him in.
Yeah, I remember him coming in. Then he obviously went to the Mackems after that, didn't he?
He
Was
looked
there for a few seasons.
he looked quite lively, like the games that he did feature, and he always looked all right for us.
He always had
He's
plenty
good
of
for
pace.
Sunderland. He's good for Sunderland.
We're gonna have to pay some respect to Ruben's girlfriend, Ruben Guerrero. I'm fine, Marty. Thanks for asking. Watching my second team, Geordie girlfriend made me become a magpie. Welcome aboard, Ruben. You'll be cursing your girlfriend's name before too long, like. But
Aye, I'll dump her, mate.
My boy
That's
Ruben
a foul,
Chantier.
lad. That's a foul, that.
yeah, Jeff Thomas.
At the QPR, that one. But we need to make a change here because this game's getting away from her massively.
That's a foul, lad. That's a foul at the back stick.
Ruben's first team is Real Betis.
Get it, Ruben. Is it goes better on my second team?
Yeah, best is
This is maybe
yeah,
Ruben. Dump your lass, right? Dump your lass. Move in with Bestie.
Moving on me, but Ruben.
He's got a kiss.
All right.
He'll talk about Danielson.
Get a better football manager say, don't compare notes with Sergio Canales.
Got to make a change here, you know.
Richie or Murphy for me on the right hand side.
Yeah, is Henrik even on the field here? Let's be realistic. Just awful. Shelby and Longstaff, I think one of them could be taken off, but I'm not quite sure who's on the bench for centre midfield. Like, but down this right hand side here, I've never seen that like in my life.
Matty's on the bench right in the middle. You would think Shelby shouldn't last the full game with it being like his first back, but
yeah,
you know,
I feel like we need another body in the centre of midfield, to be honest, just to try and get a grip of the game for a bit.
It's gone flat like on it.
Well, it's just all them. They're really causing more problems here. Like, you know what footy is, for Christ's sake. Or maybe you don't. Bloody hell.
What's that technically? He's only going to goal the season against us, says Ben. Wouldn't be surprised, would you?
Yeah, that's normally the way it goes. Like,
close him down, man.
You're giving him he's offside. Giving him too much space here on the ball.
Yep.
Well done.
Oh!
So.
Yeah, we need a change, yeah. We plan B.
You've got to make a change on it. Should have been 10 minutes ago. Definitely now. 65. Yeah, you've got to make a change, man.
Oh, I didn't realise that Anderson was on the bench, like.
Aye.
Yeah, aye.
I didn't realise.
Who's going off? Are you?
Yeah.
I used to do this with Rafa quite a lot, you know, when the opposition used to make a substitute about now, I used to always think, I wonder if that like makes him think, maybe I should make one. I used to always think Rafa used to wait too late.
A bit of a nudge. Rafa used to stop being his subs. Is that Townsend again?
No, it was.
It's Townsend with more hair.
It's Townsend in 5 months' time.
Well done, Joe.
Go on, Joe.
He's unlucky there.
But mostly I want Richie.
Got him.
Maybe more.
I'm happy having Ben Secchi on the pitch than are you, like?
So Bailey said Matty and Richie should come on. Do you know what it is? I do miss Matty, like, because he's like a little pet, like a pest, isn't he? Like he's constantly at players, like he's non-stop.
Yeah, he works hard. Yeah.
They are Townsend off, Townsend on.
Yeah.
Like that's
It's
Townsend.
Came off in the wash barrel.
What a ball that is!
Oh, you bugger. Do you know on Jumanji, when Alan Parrish goes into the game, then he comes back out like covered in like he's got really long hair and a beard and that. Like that's that version of Townsend. That's just came on the pitch.
Mine was I was going to use a
that's
similar
not
one,
far
but
up, is it?
where Homer Simpson buys that hair game fluid, really young Simpsons. And he wakes up and he's just got this lush kind of mane of beautiful hair.
Is that where it's snake's hair? And it then starts taking him, turning him evil. And
No,
comes
it's
Richie.
actually- Who's in that Barton?
What the hell is his hair about? What the hell?
He's taking Miggy off.
I'm sorry.
Who's he took off?
Miggy?
Oh.
He hasn't, surely.
Of course he has. Fucking course he has.
That's the substitution, but that's not who you take off, like, is it?
That's fucking ridiculous. That. Fucking ridiculous.
That's where all of your pressure was coming down that side. We needed something over on the right.
Do you know what it is? Though? He's an absolute dick. He doesn't do himself any favours whatsoever. We're looking at this and seeing there's absolutely nothing from Hendrick on that right-hand side. So he goes and takes Miggy off, who will say this every single time. Doesn't matter what minute of the game is. He's never knackered. Never, ever knackered. And when he gets the ball, he looks lively and he looks direct that he's going to run towards goal. You look at the other side of the pitch and there's nothing there. And he goes and makes that substitute. He hasn't got a clue, man. Absolutely doesn't at all.
In fairness, like in mitigation, if Palace win the next 5 games, they might go top.
Yeah, so Palace dangerous team.
I don't know. I mean, Miggy hasn't. I wouldn't say Miggy's played well. Don't get us wrong, but
He doesn't know. Yeah,
you know though that he has that energy and that maybe that spark that could create something.
But everything is coming down their left, our right.
Yeah, I know.
You've got to shore up then, give them something to think about on that side. So the answer is you put Richie over there, or
look at Hendrick there. Did you see that attempt?
Man.
So glad you've seen that because that was horrific.
It's just like dangling a leg. So like it looks like he's doing something.
get up, man.
Honestly, man.
Bruce, get him off, man. Honestly.
Watch the closing down here from Hendrick. Or anyone. Not just Hendrick, anyone. Look at this. What you stand? Oh, I'm just going to lose this.
That's a good job that their player got that little flick on there. Like
that was almost like a free kick. That literally the ball was dead there, and there's nobody closing him down.
I think it's because he's scared to move towards a player because he's literally marking 2 of them at that point. Like
he's got to bring Murphy on the right hand side, surely.
Shite, man. That was a very strange substitute that for me. Like,
but do you know what it is? It's Bruce, so you expect that sort of thing. Almiron going off, like it's
a funny one. It is. It's a funny one because I'm surprised that it seems to be Miggy that's the fall guy.
Yeah,
all the time. It just surprises, like. But anyway, hopefully the right decision. I hope Hendrick scores.
But look, there's nothing in front of Frankio on the right hand side.
No, it's Hendrick's.
Miggy needs to get out for his own career.
Quite possibly.
Maybe
where is?
We barely had to kick this off, have we?
Yeah.
No, it's completely different from the first. We weren't amazing the first, but we're certainly better than, at least we looked, we had something about it. But this half, it's very, very much back to the standard that I'm used to seeing, which is just trotting about.
Do you want to read your mate's comment out?
I do. I really do. I'm reading it now.
I could tell your face. I could tell by your face.
Aye. Ruben saying, I went to St James's Park last January for the time we beat Chelsea in the last minute. Isaac Hayden goal.
Oh, come on, man. move.
The stadium, the city, the people, amazing. I think it deserves far more than all these years of mediocrity. That's lovely to say, Ruben.
Thanks.
I love Ruben.
I do.
Ruben, subscribe to the channel. If
You're not one of the Rubens, are you, by any chance?
Being a Bettesman Ruben as well, I'm assuming from Seville. Is that how does it compare to Newcastle on your trip?
Win it.
Yeah, that one.
What a ball that is! What a ball that is!
Oh, that's poor. That is poor.
Wilson's close there as well, you know.
The really good ball.
Really close to getting his foot in that.
He's unmarked an armour.
I know Joe Lennon gets
Just
ahead.
give your mind.
Oh my heavens!
Just put something on it.
That is
Joe.
Joe. He's 8 yards out, man. He's
Joe.
It's like his timing's gone.
He actually said Joe there. Did you see him?
Yeah.
Joe.
What a ball that is from Richie, man.
It was. It really was. That's dreadful.
That's what Matt Ritchie gives you.
He knows it as well, didn't he?
That was poor. Like, I think my lasses tweeted. I'm sure it just came up on here, as if I'm getting grief off Decker. Oh shit.
Oh.
As if I'm getting grief off at Decker 7 because a Newcastle top he didn't want and gave me for painting in has been put in the charity bag. Even after I checked 3 times to make sure he didn't want it. Now he needs it.
He's outside there.
Mate, where's the charity bag? Has it gone? Charity shop's not shut.
I'll text her now. Is it? Where's the charity bag?
On the shut.
Yeah, but you can still like leave things at the door. I believe
it will have still been collected.
It's gotta be like that scene in Train Spot when that's sitting outside the video shop first thing in the morning.
Minutes, well in.
I'll go back to charity shop and buy me on top back.
Aye. Mate, just ask if you can peel it in store.
Keeper.
Do you know what they'll do though when it goes to a charity shop? They'll put the steamer on all the clothes anyway, so they'll probably do it for you, mate.
Actually, I'm just thinking the charity bag because I said she should check her pajama bin. So
a pajama bin.
She has like a box with all her pajamas in. That's in the wardrobe. That's what she said. But that means that the charity bag can't be here then because she would have said, "Oh, we'll just put that bag on."
No.
Are you Bruce in or Bruce out?
Bruce out.
So do you want Bruce to stay as manager or do you want Bruce to go? You just said Bruce out, didn't you? So.
He's already answered that, Daphne.
He looked at his dad and go, "Eh?"
I've already answered you, Daphne.
Whoa, careful.
Foot in, well in.
Look at that. Look at Fetty. He's kicking right off there, like.
Why does he look like
fucking sap?
Oh, fuck. No, it's gone now. She just texted back. No, it's gone, man.
I think this is Bestie's favourite part where you can see the comments in so you can just read them out. You just look at them.
I'm buzzing, mate. Like.
Hen prick. He's not kicked.
Honestly, I can't understand how he's still on the pitch.
Hen prick.
Is
Bring Murphy on.
Boy reference.
Get Murphy on.
That's what I'm asking.
What?
If TVC 15 is a David Boy thing, he's got a song called TVC. I had a song
called
TVC.
What a tackle that is by fucking Townsend.
Well done, Townsend too. We ref.
Yeah,
he's good. Oh, you got lucky there, I thought. It's just getting so kick and rush, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? We just need someone just to calm down. You know, get the ball and try and play a bit of football rather than.
Richie and the lad, same thing like you say on FIFA there, where they move exactly at the same time. You know, where the animations get like match each other. It was that.
Where's Richie been? Has he been on like some sort of like reunion tour for fucking Westlife or something with those?
His hair's awful, isn't it? And his hair's absolutely horrific.
Horrific.
Been watching BB lad, like, but there's a lockdown on. You know, hairdressers are closed.
There you go, Bestie. Your mate's back.
Go on, son. Inside, Ruben, what Ruben saying? I'm going to set Ruben.
Inside Wilson. Inside.
Come on.
That's his right foot. It was never corner.
Come on, Joe. Get up.
All that. Decent ball.
Ruben, I've been subscribed for a while. I find a huge similarity between Betis and UFC. Nice fans, awful owners. And still rebels have a program on Netflix. Not like I was 6 Europa League. I severe Europa League. So yeah.
Absolutely.
to Betis and Newcastle both had the best year 25 years ago as well. But Ruben and Bestie bromance, Keegan Buse, I'm all over that. Like,
yeah, I think you need to be like his pen pal, mate.
Pen pal, I'm packing my bags. I'm going to Seville. I'm not big tier 3 there.
You're not, mate. We're in lockdown.
God, man. Right, breathe.
There's big parts of Spain are in the equivalent of tier 4, though, aren't they?
What's tier 4? Christ, if we are tier 3, we can't even.
I think tier 4. I think what they do, mate, they sink you.
They build a wall around the town, keep you in.
So America's been in tier 4 for the past 4 years. Then. Before
It's like that episode of The Simpsons where they put the big glass dome like over Springfield.
Oh, man, that's a film. That's not an episode.
It's a film, that is the
Yeah,
film.
it is the film. Yeah.
Well done. That's better. That's the way. Go on, just keep carrying. Draw
Go on,
foul.
drive,
foul.
son. Go on, drive.
Just hit it.
Go on, son. Oh,
Oh,
There you go. Though. Why aren't people just running at players? It's so fucking easy to get a free kick, man. Well done,
Yeah,
Longstaff.
just-
Just fucking. Just
All right,
run more.
so
From our-
Ben Hunter has said, Chris.
the centre.
Hang on, Ben Hunter has just said, Chris, remember me falling up St. James's steps and the chatting about the podcast, right? If this is a kid I'm thinking of, I think this is when I sat in the East Stand. Is
That's
it
close
him?
to the box,
I can't remember. Ben, tell us whereabouts in the ground it was. If it's an East Stand, yes, I remember. If it's anywhere else, then no. I fell up the stairs during the minute silence once. I ran up the stairs when we're doing a minute silence.
I can remember when we were going the steps outside the Strawberry when we were going into the game and somebody fell up the stairs there. That's where it was. No, East Stand.
Oh, that might be him because I think. Oh no, it's East Stand. It must be that kid. It must be the one.
But somebody else has definitely fallen up the stairs as well.
If it's Ben Hunter, can I just say, Ben, do you live in Burtley by any chance? This is really random, but do you live in Burtley?
Either side, that's
Anyway,
in.
but there. Either side, Either side, it's in.
Oh, foot either way. He
Lovely
strikes
strike.
that lovely there, doesn't he?
Oh, straight down.
Straight down. He nars as well, doesn't he?
Anywhere else?
Fuck. Foot either
I
way.
can see it now. I can see it now. After this, Bruce is going to have well, we tried and we had a lot of chances, and he's going to give it because you can see the amount of times the camera's panning to him, frustrated with Joe and all the rest of them.
Come on, Joe.
Joe.
Wade. Get out, Wade. Get out, Wade, man.
I was.
Take your time.
There's no need for it, is there? There's just no need for that. No
Panicking.
need for it.
Get Murphy on a run at that one.
Put the press on. That's it. Touch. How's it? Oh,
Oh, they're bringing back Showy.
inside.
Richie back to
Oh, that's a poor ball, that. Yeah, it was.
This is a big change for them. Bringing bloody Mitchie on.
Who?
That's why. Oh, it's in.
Oh,
what
what
a
a
save.
save! What a
Oh,
save!
Yeah.
Mitchie back.
Fucking hell.
Oh, we're bestie.
If that goes
He's
in, if that
almost
goes in,
unhappy.
it's shot
He's
goal.
unhappy. He's saved it.
It's not
Turn.
brilliant. Fuck off.
Handball.
Handball.
Do you know what it is? Every time he hits a player now, we're just hoping it's on ball, aren't
Oh,
He should save it, but it's a good save.
nah, it's a save. The bounce might make it more difficult, but it's right next to him. Like, you've got to, if that goes in, it's a good get his face.
So it's a tough one because it's down right at him.
Oh no, he has to save it. Yeah, if he let that in, you would be unhappy.
If that
But
goes in,
easy
he's
save.
goal immediately. Mate. Credit where
Well,
it's due,
the
he
back
has
of
made
that,
he has made a couple of cracking saves a day, but that's not that doesn't save.
Come on, Richie. Put it in. Big Feddy. 1-0. Come on, Feddy.
Oh God.
Oh,
Go on!
Oh, didn't fall, didn't drop.
Come on, Lewis.
Well done,
Get
Lewis.
in, mate. Get in.
That's
Get
a
in,
Again,
good-
mate.
son. Well done, son.
Well done, mate.
Oh.
Well done.
Oh, where's that? Who's there?
Who the fuck do you think? Why is he
Why
over
is
there?
Hendrick at left back?
He's covering every bit of grass. That's captain performance now.
He's gone
switched.
left as well. So
He
it looks
switched
like he's
sides.
switched. Yeah,
Does Richie
Yeah.
come over the right?
yeah, it looks that way.
Have we made
Bruce
one
might-
sub?
Bruce might think that Hendrick's the next inside forward.
It's just one substitute, isn't it?
So far, yeah.
We've
Well,
only made
then-
one change.
Well, like in the 82nd minute, yeah, man.
Yeah, and they're going to make their third change here now.
That's
That's
a
a
free
foul.
kick.
Oh, well done.
Right, I'm going for a piss.
Well,
Oh, in
I'm
fact, no,
not
I'm not.
Fucking.
I'm scared to leave
Let's-
at the minute. Oh,
Let's
sub.
make this
I'll
delivery.
go.
Yeah, that's right.
How is he only getting 9 minutes, man? Like a player of his quality getting 9 minutes. I mean, this is an attack and substitution as well, by the way. Bringing McCarthy. McCarthy, sorry.
Defend, no.
Defensive midfielder for a striker.
Yeah. Basically, again, 3 up front, aren't they? Come on, Sean.
Whoa, 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 do not take it quick. Calm the fuck down. Nah, waited too long now, though. Nah, I knew that was, I knew it. I fucking knew it. Hey, I've never seen out in my life like that.
Go on. Go on. Go on. Ah!
Hit it, hit it,
Hit
hit
it,
it.
Sean!
Oh, it's
Ah!
terrible. That is awful from Longstaff, that. Oh, God, what are you doing that for? Hey, that was a chance, that. That was a chance, that, lads. Longstaff should have done better.
It's 1 for 1 for will it?
Did we waste it again?
Yeah,
No, but
he, had- he revved up.
chances.
He revved up to smash it in the end. Well,
Oh, we're red.
That's unnecessary.
What's that?
I'd also ask that to Longstaff as well, like, but I get what you're saying. But bloody hell, get up, man, will you?
He's gone through the back of
Jesus.
him there.
Rubbish, man. Get up, man.
How we're ref. If the
He had
ball's
already
in
give-
play there, that's a free kick.
It wasn't in play though. It wasn't. He had already give the
Aye,
thing.
but wait, look at that, man.
I know he's doing wrong, but Longstaff's rolling around like he's being murdered, man. Just get up and get on with it.
Anna.
I'm well aware. I've got eyes. I can see that it's probably the guys went over the top. But come on.
Oh,
Oh,
here
it's
we
in.
go. Oh, what a...
That's his hand, you know.
Oh, very lad.
I thought it did. Like I thought
That's
it
his,
did.
that's his arm.
I thought it did. Like. Oh God, he missed it there. Haven't I? Oh
Yeah,
no,
I
just
just-
brilliant.
Thank
Lindsay's
fuck
back.
for that.
Yes,
That
brilliant.
is brilliant,
Absolutely
that.
brilliant. That really is. That's brilliant defending that.
God, my arse dropped there. Like
Get it away. Well out.
Man,
he's done a couple. He's done a couple of defensive headers like that. Jamal Lewis, like knocking it back over. He's done well.
Pick up, pick up.
We're still not made a
Hey,
sub.
man. No.
Richie.
How we here, man?
Oh,
Get rid, get rid.
well done. Well away.
This is what you need, though. This is where Almiron comes. Like,
Just to take the pressure off.
Shit.
yeah,
He just
this
blocked it
is
so
where you
much
need
away.
Almiron just for those balls.
Well, that's why you
Away,
just
fuck me.
bring Murphy on, just a bit of pace to take the ball.
Wait.
Oh,
All day long.
Oh, he's got to score. Idea.
oh.
He's got
Thank
to score
fuck
there.
that he's played on there.
Back there.
How's he not scored there? That was a shocking attempt, that from him.
Is he kicking off like he didn't get a free kick when he's just given that
No,
chance?
I think why he's
He's
pissed off
offside.
is
He's offside.
if he plays it across the box, it's a
He's
goal.
offside anyway. That's sure he's offside anyway.
Nah, but surely if he's offside, the referee will bring that back for a free kick.
No. Van Arnold's
Nothing,
not
though, did
offside.
it?
The other guy's offside. The guy, like
Yeah,
if Van Arnold
actually-
plays it across,
he's
and he
offside.
taps it in, he's offside. Yeah.
If he taps it in, aye.
Oops, good night.
We need to bring
But I know-
Murphy on just to give her an out to run with the ball and carry it.
Look how
Or if you're going to try and see the 5 minutes out, bring Matty on in the middle as well.
Yeah, we need to do something, but once again, Bruce isn't doing a fucking thing, mate. Is even anybody ready? There isn't. There's nobody
No,
there,
it's
man.
not, no. No, he's happy with what he's. He thinks this is enough to see him through to the draw. You see.
This second half's been shocking, though, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Dreadful.
dreadful. Like really bad. Yeah.
We just gave them too much of the ball.
But you know what it is? They made decent subs. They brought attacking players on to take the game even more to us. They know we're sitting back.
Yeah, well, when he's went for a drink, they brung off MacArthur and brung on Bashwai. So I mean, they've obviously defensive midfielder for a striker.
They're going for it, and you can tell now. We're happy to sit back and take this point, and it's not good enough.
Way.
Oh my fucking god! I
Not a
feel
handball
when
there,
they do this. Like, I know.
Yeah,
The
the claims didn't look great, didn't they? That's the worry you've got, haven't you, with a modern game? It's like
it's anything, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's enough. He's been man of the match, like.
Well, tell us someone else who you think might be.
He hasn't been.
I think it's very hard to pick any man of the match because it's been pretty shit from our point of view. We haven't really been paying much attention to them.
It's been an awful game of football, like, to be fair. First half was average, but Jesus Lord. Second half's been terrible, like.
You don't have your hopes there?
It hasn't been terrible when you consider it against some of the performances that we've had the last few weeks. It hasn't been great, but it's not as bad as it has been.
This second half's been bad, like, mate.
No, it has just been awful. Yeah.
The second half's up there with what we've seen the last few weeks. The first half, yes, I'll give them it. It was a lot more tackle minded.
Go on.
Get in there, you beauty. Get in there.
Get in. How the fuck are we nick this?
Looking for an idea, I think.
Oh, dear me.
Fuck me.
VR. Any VR?
Joe did well.
Oh, fuck me.
Watch out for VR, though, lads.
It's smash and grab again, man.
Is that Joe there?
Frank loves it.
Great by Joe, that, like. And
Joe's been brilliant for us.
Oh, he's miles on.
He's
absolutely
miles on.
He's on. Next
right.
Get in there.
You know what it is? That is fantastic by Wilson and Joe. That link up there is fantastic.
Look at that ball from Joe.
Megs.
He knows he puts it through his legs.
People on social media, if you're going to slag Joe Lennon off this game, he's made that there, like,
absolutely.
Look
at that man through the keeper's legs.
Go on, Joe. Go on, Joe.
Go on, Joe.
Joe. Oh,
Callum and Joe.
Smash and grab, though, innit? Smash and grab again, and it's keeping Bruce it's that lifeline give once again. That's fantastic. That, like,
the partnership there was very good for
great.
Great.
Take your time. Take your time.
Turn. Give me it. Go on. Go on, Joe.
Go on, Joe.
Go on, Joe. Give me back. Go on, Joe. Go on, Joe. Yes! What the? Oh my days! Oh my days!
All the dogs in it.
Dear Frank! Oh dear me! Get in!
That's
Look,
amazing. Wilson and Joe
again. Wilson and Joe again. He's done well there, like. He's done well.
Yeah.
The shot's shocking, like.
Shocking,
but
who cares? Who cares?
Who needs Sheeran Ferdinand when you've got Joe Linton and Wilson?
Oh my god!
Oh.
In all fairness, Joe Linton deserved that tonight. If I'm being honest with you, he deserved that little bit of luck.
Been brilliant.
Oh, he has.
He's been our best player.
Well.
Like.
He definitely has. 100%. 100% he has.
Amazing.
You notice? I've just seen there. Look at Joe's left thigh.
Yeah, he's always got that strapping on it. He's always got it on.
All strapped up, aye. Get in, big Joe Linton.
He's got his tits out.
Deserves that, like.
I'm not. We couldn't have not scored against a keeper that looks like Scooter, like.
I did not see that coming 5 minutes
just
ago.
Done him there, hasn't he? Cahill's a fucking wanker there. He's just done him there, like. He did him on purpose there. The stupid arsehole. Just because you're getting beat, he absolutely rinsed him.
What a 5 minutes, man!
I don't know how we've done that. Like, no idea what's happened. Yeah.
It's like the old Newcastle when we I mean old. I don't mean the Keegan era. When I'm saying
Entertainers are back.
the era where would hang on in a game and then nick it. That's what we used to do. A lot of times we used to just hang in the game.
Get in, Joe.
Look at that.
Well done, Joe.
Look at that tonight, though. 3 shots on target.
That's
1
a nice
goal, 1
little
assist.
turn, that. That deflection's done the keeper all ends up like, hasn't he? The little dog in the back of the net there as well. Go on, son. Go on, son.
Oh, go on, son. Go on,
do you know what it is, though? Like, look at the confidence in them now. Because we're
Free kick,
attacking them and we've scored a goal. Look at the confidence in them.
Free kick.
Yeah, will be, yeah.
Inside, free kick.
Hey, get in, lads.
We won 3. We won 3.
That's not a foul.
Well, I tell you what, it is.
Wilson
after
kicks.
that shocking.
Wilson kicks him, man. Wilson kicks him.
To be fair,
Yeah,
Kieran
he
Bolton
threw the side of him.
made a minch out there. Man of the match, redirected. However, we're going to win this 2-0, maybe 3-0, and man of the match has gone to their team.
Aye.
Our best player has definitely been Joe. I mean, the second half, yes, we've had a quiet performance. He makes it, but why is he making a substitution now?
Just to waste some time, mate.
Seriously, Steve?
Just waste some time. Plus, the guy's fucked, man.
He's had a good game.
Yeah.
Really, really good game.
No, all the best moments in the game has been through him. Every moment you can
Good
think
game.
of that's been positive, he's been involved. I'm not saying that he hasn't finished them maybe correctly or whatever, but he's been in the area. He's trying to create the stuff. The first goal, if you go back to the first goal and you see it from a throw-in, somehow he manages to head it, knee it, and then flick it over a player to then give it to Wilson.
Yeah, he's had a good one.
It's in. It's in.
Oh, good save. That's a good save. Thanks, John Joe. That was a good save.
Should have been doing that free kick before.
Well, I think he knows that.
He's gone around the wall, hasn't he?
He's gone right round the outside. Oh, he's ducked out the way. Soft cock.
I honestly can't believe how we've done this.
I don't feel like we had been bad. I just don't think we were playing particularly well.
Second half was bad.
But I wouldn't say I never felt we were hanging. No.
That's it.
I didn't feel that we were hanging on. I didn't feel like, God, if it wasn't for Darlow, would be behind. He made a couple of saves, but the second half, how many saves has he made? 1, I think, in the second half. Maybe
that game had 0-0 roll. I mean, like I said at the start, 0-0. For that crazy 5 minutes we've just had there, that game was 0-0 all over it, wasn't it?
Look at that chuff. Look, mate, that's what you want to see. Look at that smile on Joe's face there, man.
And that's why you're paying £65 million for 2 frontmen, and that's why you're hoping at them stages in the game that they have that little bit of quality that'll get you the 3 points. And
yeah, 88th. Was that Bessie? Your mic was cutting off. Just you were speaking, Bessie. Start again.
0-0 on 80. It's not.
That's even worse.
I'm just breaking all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Good
So if we're putting a man of the match of that, Decker, who's your man of the match?
The player that's walking off now, Joe, without any doubt.
Mark, who's your man of the match?
Joe all day.
Bestie. Joe, can't hear him, but he said Joe.
Bestie. Hello, Bestie.
So it's like the Eurovision Song Contest, isn't it? When it doesn't connect to him.
Bestie, come in, Jarro. Can you hear us, Jarro?
We can't tell you, mate, but we know that you said Joe. So it's 4-0
If you
Joe.
think Joe's man of the match, stick your thumbs up now.
Yeah, so I think at one point there we've nearly had 200 people watching this. You idiots. But shall we answer some questions before we sign off?
Well, I am in for the long haul now.
I've got the first question. How the hell did we just win that? Dear me.
I just want to hear back from Ruben. I just really hope Ruben watched the end of that.
Top half now, lads. 10th.
Up to 10th. So at least for 24 hours anyway.
4 points of Champions League.
See,
I'm going to go and get a drink.
Dear me. Are you back with Bestie?
who's that team?
Who's that team we call United?
No. Here.
Get in, Rube. Yeah, Bessie, I think we heard you, then it cut off a little bit.
You're cutting in and out, Bestie.
Oh, wait there.
Oh,
Speak
no.
now, Bestie. Yeah, we'll call you.
Team. We'll call you.
You're frozen now, Bestie.
But yeah, Bessie, as you can see there, Ruben's been back in touch. Who's that team we call United? It's been an absolute pleasure, Ruben.
It was never in doubt, Ruben, was it? Never in doubt.
Absolute pleasure to have you on board, mate. And I just want to say thank you to your girlfriend for bringing you on board, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, mate.
Ruben, what's your girlfriend's name and where's she from?
Were you going to try and steal her leg?
Oh, we need to get the backstory here of how Ruben's now a magpie. Who we've got to thank for this.
Ben Hunter, 45th or 70th minute were dropped off. But apart from that, I did feel unreal. I think unreal's a little bit far-fetched, mate. I wouldn't say unreal. It was an improvement, what we've seen the last handful of games. Second half was appalling, absolutely appalling until the last 5 minutes. Andy Hamilton, that suddenly seems like a really good result. I agree, on paper, it's an absolute fantastic result. Absolutely fantastic. And it's great to see Joe Linton and Wilson linking up. Absolutely fantastic. I said it before kickoff, didn't it? I said that we've seen those two link up quite well in the past when they have had that rare glimpse together. And they've just shown there why we shouldn't be playing one striker up top by themselves.
It just, gives a bit of an answer to the critics that Joe Linton has around where he actually plays in a position that he likes to be in, with somebody around him, somewhere where he feels more comfortable, that he's got somebody to play with and off, that it brings out the best in him.
So, Crystal Palace fan, Crystal Palace forever said you were lucky boys, robbed us. I'd probably say a fair result was probably a draw. Obviously, I think we done better in the first half than you. You done much better in the second half. A draw would have probably been a decent reflection on it all. I would have absolutely smashed and grabbed it.
Yeah. There's no, I don't know if you caught it before, but we said going in, take away that 5 minutes, that was a 0-0 game all over. That's a result that's fair for both teams, and then we've absolutely robbed it with 2 goals in 5 minutes.
It's amazing,
but
isn't it?
That's football, isn't it? It's what happens.
I didn't care about fairness. I didn't care about nous. All I care about was my team winning. That's all I care about. And the bottom line is, the first half I thought we played quite well. The second half we were massively off the pace. We needed substitutes a hell of a lot earlier. We needed more of them, let alone earlier. But as I said before, you've got £60-odd million at the top end of the pitch, and tonight they've paid it back a little bit.
Yeah, Jacka says, do you think this might calm the supposed dressing room unrest? I think, of course, the atmosphere on the training ground is going to be a bit better. But if there's murmurs in the dressing room, you're not going to solve that unless you get back-to-back results and continue to perform each week. And will we do it? Probably not. So I think it's only going to be a number of days before we see those rumours come back.
We've been here time and time again, haven't we, with results papering over the cracks. Make no bones about it. It wasn't a great display. Yes, first half, probably the first half an hour, we looked very good. Then they started coming back into the game. Second half, they dominated that performance. They dominated the field, bar that 5 minute spell that we had towards the end. Then we probably took it on from there. So you can probably see the last 10 minutes we looked all right, but it just papers over the cracks, doesn't it? Because if we don't score those 2 goals and you go 0-0, you're saying, well, it's not a bad result.
You're feeling quite lucky after that second half performance to go with a 1-1 draw. Sorry, 0-0 draw. Sorry, yeah.
Well, going back to your question about the dressing room cracks and the noise and stuff, what I would say, no one on there didn't try, and that's what I look for. Everyone on there put a shift in.
Everyone.
Whereas what I've questioned recently is that's what they haven't been doing. But I felt that tonight. I mean, I think everyone worked hard. Everyone stuck to the task, stuck to the job as best they could. Yeah, it wasn't a great game, but they certainly didn't hoy the towel in. You know what I mean?
Is that you praising Hendrick by some strange coincidence?
Well, this is actually ironic because you're winning a game of football with 10 men. So you've played with 10 men for fucking an hour and a half. So you've done well, really.
Degas say it.
Aye. Well, won you now. Get in.
How did we forget that?
Get in there. Well done, Ben, lad.
We're all just in shock of that. We've actually.
Degas, you turned us on there.
Oh, with my hairless leg.
Oh, that's a controversial opinion there from Auster.
What?
We play better as a team without Maxi. If you think that second half performance was a good team performance, then I'm slightly worried, like, because it was dreadful. Look at how Degas froze on the screen.
It gives you. I kind of get what he's saying because it gives you a bit more of a way to expand how you could go forward, because whenever Maxi's on the pitch, all we do is give it to him. Whereas when he's not there, we have to look for another pass. So I either have to play things forward through the middle or put it out to somebody else, because you saw more from a fullback like Lewis. Look how much of a better game Lewis had.
He was
tonight.
decent tonight, like really good, mate.
So and he's probably because he's got that little bit of a buffer in front of him with Miggy in the first half, and then into the second half he was still there, and then Richie came on, so that probably helped him a little bit because he was getting forward a lot more than he has in recent weeks. The middle of the park we didn't do too much, but when we did, we were moving it forward nice and quickly up to Wilson and up to Joe Linton, and creating things from there. So
you've won that
I
game.
know what he's trying to say, but
that's all. You've won the game because we're number 9. Wilson leads the line so well.
So Joe, you mean?
Yeah, Joe's number 9.
Sorry, apologise. Sorry, you know what I'm saying. Sorry, I apologise. Listen, I'm not taking anything away from Joe. I thought Joe played very well, but you've won that game because of Wilson. Because Wilson has that killer instinct of getting in the right area for that goal that he did. The second goal is what it is, but for me, it's a fantastic 3 points. If I'm honest with you, because I wasn't expecting it at all. So.
I'm laughing at Bestie's comment on the WhatsApp group to Adam. I'm absolutely howling there. Bestie just starts sniggering to himself, man.
That must be fun. He's really fun. I have to read it now.
Adam, keep on checking the comments up. We'll go. So there's another comment in there. Callum Wilson is brilliant. I think they just had 8 shots on target.
How well did Joe do there?
Yeah, so people still watching. That's honestly, great by Joe. Absolutely fantastic by Joe. Great finish by Wilson.
Watch where he picks it from the throw-in. Watch the throw-in. Yeah, touch. Then it goes. Then it's in again.
Watch Richie take the defender away though. Far side. Yeah. That opens up the space in the middle.
Joe does. That's a
very good move by them 3 at the front.
It's great.
Joe Wilson. Great. Richie pulls him away to there.
But look at that pass. Like, you see, the final touch by Joe Linton is effortless. Yeah. He just knows exactly where Wilson is.
Wilson putting it through the keeper's legs, man.
Honestly, he did so well, Joe Linton there, from the throw in there to be able to keep it alive.
If you put these players on the front foot, and let's be honest, you've still got Saint and you've still got Fraser there to come in. They can do a job. We've just seen it there in the last 5 minutes there. If you put them forward, they can do a fantastic job. This is what we should have been doing. We should have been doing this against Man United.
We're crying out for somebody on that right-hand side, though, weren't we?
That's why we get annoyed, is because I was thinking about it the day in the car, as daft as it is. I was thinking, like, can you imagine being a player and every time that you go into your team meeting or your tactic meeting, and the tactic is, right, lads, we're just going to sit 10 men behind the ball, be hard to beat. It must be really, as a player, it must be very negative, mustn't it? Your confidence must be rocked, thinking, oh, here we go again. I'm just going to be sitting fucking trying to stay again
on my own.
Yeah, one of them. But like, as I say, in fairness, I thought the first half, certainly the first 20 minutes were canny. The second half was awful, other than the last 10.
3:30. I'm out here, guys. Calling it a day. Cheers, guys. See you in the next one. 3:30 a.m. Where were we at 3:30?
Back that way, what, 5 hours? Oh, that's right over.
He's just going to make some way up.
Hi, Norwich.
Norwich.
No, that's like far east, that, isn't it?
Norwich.
Indonesia, somewhere like
You'll
that.
still get there quicker from London or whatever, Mark.
Mark, where can you get quicker? Can you get Norwich on the train quicker? Or
Yeah,
can you get
yeah,
to
okay.
Australia?
I'll do without there.
Good night, Sonny. Take care. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for tuning in, mate.
Yeah,
So,
thanks for tuning in.
anybody that's watching that's further away from India, give us a shout, and Mark will probably get Norwich before you.
Shell had Newcastle 2.
I should 2-0, didn't she?
So she's been
I should have 10 on it. She's doing well for bets at the minute, like. So Geordie USA, Adam showed that one, yeah. So 2 p.m. for me. 2 p.m. doesn't count, mate. We want early hours of the morning.
It's the middle of the afternoon, that, man.
Yeah, you get out and enjoy your Friday night, mate. I want someone that's up at like 5 hours ahead here. Norwich is 20 years behind. Well done, Marty.
Marty knows the score.
Well done, Marty. Marty, how's your Christmas decorations going?
How's the Winter Wonderland?
He does a Winter Wonderland every year. I think it must just be a spare room in his house that he kits out to a little winter village.
Is that the dining room?
14 shots, mate. 7 shots on target a day. Is that the most shots on target we've had all season? If you accumulate,
I think that's more than we've had the whole season altogether.
It's weird, isn't it? When honestly, it's seconds before we took the lead, we were absolutely rinsing that performance, and I think we're right to do so. The second half, apart from the last 5-10, it's not good enough. It's not good enough, of course not. And like Decker said, it papers over the cracks that are happening at the club in the management at the minute. But it gives us a bit of a lifeline and puts us in the top half of the table. So we've got a little bit of breathing room.
There's no getting from it. It's a great away win. There's just no. You can't really see anything more than that.
Holy shit, Bestie! How big is that thing?
What?
Your clothes.
That's what she said.
Oh,
What was that?
The clothes peg. It's for Bestie's clothes.
Wow. Aye, before he went on his diet.
He's a big lad, you know.
Decker, Ben Hunter, I want you to say it one more time.
Just for you, Ben, lad. We won you now. Get in, man.
We should start doing what you know what Wagner started doing, like personalized messages. No. We should just get Decker start doing them, saying we won you now. It's like it's your birthday, you know.
It's your birthday, you know.
20 quid a pop.
The Conservatives are twats, you know. That's what I should be saying instead of videos like that.
Oh, you're slagging your own off.
Fuck off, man. Fuck off, man.
He's got to keep pretending that he's not a Tory, really, just dropping in this. Everybody knows the truth.
Fucking hate them. More than you'd ever know how much I hate them. Most of our possession...
It's your fault we're in tier 3.
Most of our possession was back passing our centre half. Don't forget, I've got something in front of the screen I can't see. Fernandez game, saving blocks of Darlow's, Benteke's other shit. And QPR's main man aiming for the corner flag. Glad we have Wilson. Well, yeah, that's a fair comment, yeah. But we're not in control. We're not in control of Benteke being shite and whatever he's called. Easy hitting the front corner flag.
Lads, we've still got 190 people watching thereabouts.
But it's Friday night. What? 10 o'clock, man.
We've got nothing else to do. I'm staying here. If anybody needs to drop out, feel free to drop out. If anyone's getting it,
if you need to go.
Yeah.
She's in bed. So Ivan Toney just scored the winner for Brentford.
Doing well, like, isn't he?
Who cares?
Doing really well.
Doing well.
He's not Joe, is he? He's not Joe. Or Callum.
Doesn't play for Mark.
Shearer's going after Ashley.
Morrison's laughing here, but Shearer's on. I've got it on quiet, so I can't hear. But
no, I can't hear what he's saying.
Yeah, so If anybody
tell
wants to
what I'm
tell
saying.
what Shira's saying, would love it, because we're not allowed to play the audio on our tellies, because if we do, the stream will just get cut dead for copyright
I'll
reasons.
turn it off. I've had 2 sets of headphones in, or that's probably why it's been fucking rubbish for us, like, but hang on a sec. I'll see if I can find out what he's saying.
Who would you take from the Palace team for us?
Zaha.
Oh,
Zaha, Michi Batshuayi.
Who?
yeah.
Easy. Probably
Is he
Cahill
a
as well.
Pokemon? Is he, Mark?
Say that again, Mark.
Michi Batshuayi. Batshuayi. Michi Batshuayi. Batshuayi. Is it Batshuayi? Michi Batshuayi.
Jesus Christ.
It's written. Remember, what was it
Do you know what it
called?
is, Mark? Honestly, do you know what it is? You've said it wrong that many times. I don't know what the right one is now. That's honestly, I can't think in my head what the right one is. Michi Batshuayi.
Batshuayi. Hello, Steve.
What, yes, Steve?
Yes, Steve.
Oh, well, right, Bestie's listening. I'm guessing.
Scored a goal. Joe scored a goal.
Joe's done really well. Had confidence in Joe.
It's great when Joe scores a goal.
Yeah, good for the lad, Joe.
Just, Bestie, count how many times he cuts the reporter off.
He'll have to take his socks off.
Oh, he's not watching. Sorry.
I've run back to Shearer.
Oh, but well, Bruce is coming on soon.
He's pleased for Wilson and Joe.
Good. What's the funny thing though, right? And again, the problem you've got here is I don't want to get on a route here of when I say something was good, I'm not necessarily saying the performance was amazing. But the last time we played 2 up front was Burnley, and we did look more threatening. And we've played 2 up front again today, and we've looked more threatening. Like there's something in that. Like there's something in it.
So apparently Bruce has said that
we'll play 4-4-2.
Bruce has said that pinching wins late is not a bad trade to have. It's not, but I'll be much more happy if we're sealing the game long before the 85th minute. Like,
yeah, I think the thing that you've got to think of is if you imagine if you were playing against a better opposition, certain points in that second half you were a goal behind, maybe 2 goals behind, and that's the problem. And my biggest worry is his reaction in the second half. There was no reaction from him in terms of making a change, other than taking Miggy off, but that was later on. I was a bit sort of bemused with that one.
So Eric Mortensen has said same lineup for next match. I want to see Sane in there, man. I do. I can't lie. I want Sane in there, and I don't want Henrik in there.
No, we've got to have somebody else over on the right hand side. If Fraser's fit,
team, though.
Who's going to
It'll be the same team next
game? You know, off the top of your head. Is it Villa? It's Villa, isn't it?
What next game?
Yeah, it's Villa, isn't it?
Yeah. Villa and then West Brom, innit?
See, I'm a bit too gung ho because like I'd like to see Fraser, St. Joe, and Wilson. Let's play 4-4-2 and get Fraser and St on the wings, and play.
So it's on the screen there now. Next 6 games are Villa, West Brom, Leeds, Fulham, Man City, Liverpool.
Batshuayi. Michi Batshuayi.
That's right. Yeah.
I thought it was just Batshuayi.
Batshuayi, I thought it was Batshuayi.
Batshuayi, isn't it? Batshuayi.
Batshuayi.
Would you replace Wilson with the season we had Remy or not? Oh, Remy was fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Really,
do you know what it is? If you're giving me a choice, I'm putting Remy in that team all day long because he was unbelievable, man. The closest player I've seen at Henry for ever. If he obviously he left Newcastle, then went to Chelsea. He was on loan, so obviously went back to QPR, signed for Chelsea. But if he was getting game time, he would have been an absolute world beater. That kid, absolute world beater. If he had took the right path, he would have been.
His career has been terrible, hasn't it? It really has. It's been a shocker for the talent he had. It's a bit like Ben Arthur. It's a bit like Ben Arthur in that sense that you've got someone with so much talent that just never really truly fulfilled it.
He was unbelievable, and this is what I say because a lot of people obviously look at Remy, the player that basically ditched with, came on, supposed to sign for, pissed off to QPR, came on loan, pissed off again. But if you take that out of the equation and look at the football and the talent which he He was fantastic, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, tremendous. Really, really was a good player.
I'll never forgive him for that thing against Norwich, though, which made him miss the derby.
Oh, with Bradley Johnson.
Yeah, went head to head, didn't he?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
a red card. And to be fair, I don't think it was him that done the headbutt. I think it was the other way around. They both got sent off.
Aye. But the Norwich player got it. Bradley Johnson got his red card rescinded in the week.
Did he?
Aye. I did.
Batshuayi. There you are.
Oh, he's back.
He's went out to wash his mouth out and then come back.
He's been on Google looking at the pronunciation.
It's because Clint Morrison just said his name.
If you take the A19, you can get to London in like 2 hours 74. But if you can
Oh, you don't go down the A19.
Well, as far as Thursday could, but not now because Tesco's is next night. But
you see, this is what's funny though, isn't it? You know, we've had this debate a lot of times now. I'll say it again here, but we're sitting 10th at the minute and we're in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. And this is the problem.
Here he goes defending Bruce.
No, let's finish. This is the problem that you have when the media see you. You see, because your likes of you, I'm not saying Shearer, so that was a bad judgment. What I meant was likes of Lawrence.
Shearer's defended Bruce plenty of times this season.
Yeah, well, that's right. He might be his mate. It's not nothing wrong with defending your mate. I don't quite get on board with that one all the time. But there's a lot of people that are in the media and see that and go, they're fucking sitting 10th in the quarterfinals. Like, what more do they want? And
that's why I said before.
Do you know what it is? I would be quite happy to be 10th. That 10th's great for me. But if we're playing better football, so it's like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't really sort of tell the whole tale, does it?
Like,
you know what I mean? That's where
we don't deserve 10th. Like, fall from it.
No.
You do based on the number of points that you've got.
I certainly wouldn't say we were the 10th best team in the Premier League. But
definitely not. No.
The performances don't reflect the position is the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you go all the way back to like the Spurs game where we nicked the point at the end from that penalty, never penalty, and there was another game not long after where we stole some points as well.
Tottenham away. I mean, you're getting a penalty in the last minute, which is never a handball. In life, it's never a handball. There's a lot of games where we'll have really road with luck. I'd probably only say there's maybe West Ham away was a very good performance. I thought Burnley was a good performance at home. And then I'm struggling after that, if I'm honest with you, to actually say we've played well.
Evan?
Well, Bestie thought it was a shocker, but I thought it was an efficient performance. I'm sure that's the word I used at the time. And to be fair, Everton are a good side. They had a few players missing, but it was still a good win. That was still a good win.
It was a good win, definitely. I mean, like, the thing is, though, I mean, you get results like tonight. Tonight reminded us loads of the Chelsea game. It's in James's last season, where
Eden.
Like the memory is that was a great result, but I mean that was a shocking game of football.
The worst. It was the worst game.
With that at the end,
I can't remember anything of it other than Hayden.
This was an awful game in Newcastle. Right now, I'll kind of go back a bit. The first half of Newcastle weren't that bad, but the second half was all Palace, and was only one team was going to win it. And then all of a sudden, Newcastle get those 2 goals, and it's a really good. It's a great result. Any win away at Palace is a great result. Like,
yeah.
Well, it is because we normally we don't have much luck down there, do we? Really, in the past, you know what I mean? But, from my opinion, every time we go down there, we seem to get beat. It feels like
it's just London in general, isn't it?
So, Nickel Quinn, on that note, just as we predicted, Robbie Savage just came out and tweeted about us being 3 points off Europe.
There you go.
Robbie,
that's what I mean.
It's Friday night. We're the first team in the Premier League this weekend. So that's why we're 3 points. I guarantee you by Sunday, we're not.
But the point he's making, though, is that the way that the fans go on, and I'm just trying to say from his side, you would think we're Fulham with 1 point on the board. No
he's got his wooden spoon out. Like that's he's doing.
What he's trying to say.
Exactly right, aye.
This is what I mean, though. This is what I mean. I think it was Robbie Savage actually that put something on the other week saying, does any Newcastle fans want to ring in? Don't do it. Just don't give them the time of day. Because you know what's going to happen. They're going to twist your words. They're going to talk over the top of you, no matter what you say. they're not going to agree with it. And it's always going to come back to, they'll mention Rafa, they'll mention Champions League football, they'll mention expectations. No matter what you say and how much you defend our position as football fans and fans of this football club, they won't listen. And the next week they'll be saying the same shit. So don't waste your time by going on these shows.
I wouldn't mind speaking to something like.
But mate, you won't get a chance. He'll shut you up. He'll shoot you down. And whatever you say, it'll get taken out of context, and it'll always go back to Rafa. Always.
I must admit, I don't like it when, because often when I see these chats, obviously Savage, and that's the one that's on the screen. So it's like, you can only see Savage, and you can almost see, like, even when the other guy's talking, the Newcastle fan, whoever it may be, he's already smirking and already like.
They do this a lot, mate. They start doing like that to wind them up some more.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's like. It's just really unprofessional and just being an absolute twat, to be honest with you. And that Robbie Savage is one. But
I think a lot of these pundits will put the likes of Rafa's positions in the Premier League for Newcastle and Bruce's and whoever else. What they don't realise is what was happening behind the scenes with Rafa. Rafa saw a project here. Rafa saw a future for the football club. And Rafa had expectations. He had ambitions, and he knew what this club could become. Then you bring Bruce in, who's happy just to have a job at this football club. That's the difference.
Yes, I would agree.
I mean, he couldn't have watched that game tonight and think that was a great performance. Newcastle deserved to be 3 points off Europe. He cannot have. So for him to go and then tweet that out just proves that he's just a knobhead looking for attention.
It's winding fans up. That's all that is.
He's bored on
That's
a Friday
exactly
night.
what it is. When you get people that are working for like the likes of a radio station where you've got to call in, or
I feel like getting Bestie's like God.
He's got the toilet.
I just think it's a difficult one, because if you have a go back and try, as Chris is trying to say, they'll turn and go, but you're 10th in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. What is it that you want?
Do you know my favourite thing about this, right?
It's a difficult argument sometimes.
So my favourite thing about this, the match, finished about 20 minutes ago? Decker's just came back with a can or a bottle. Bestie's just brought his glass back with another bottle. We are all lights, lads.
I'm not getting anyway. She's watching a film with a bane, so I'm always.
So yeah, Adam might want to go to bed, but we're staying up. Adam will be furious.
Then again, though, I say that though. I do say that about finishing. I say 10th, and I'm quite happy with 10th, and I'm quarterfinals or whatever. There's a lot of fans that are not happy with 10th. Period. Like, I speak to them now and they go, "What's the point in finishing 10th or 12th or 11th? What's the point in that?" So there's a lot of fans.
As football fans, there's not much difference between finishing 6th and 17th, because all that is money at the end of the day that goes into the club. It's all that it is.
Boy, isn't it? I mean,
if you say that though, if you don't,
your headphones are fucked, mate. You can't on and off, and that you're fucked.
As a fan of a Premier League team, if you don't support one of the top 6, then that's like saying there's no point supporting them, because you know for a fine well you're not going to break into that top 6. So what all you want to do is to do as well as you possibly can to get as close to that top 6 as you can.
Yeah,
but it's right. That's exactly what you've just said.
On the next season, don't you? That's what you want.
You would hope.
Like under Rafa. Under Rafa, we'll finish 10th first season, I think it was. After the championship,
and then 13th, wasn't it?
13th.
Yeah, obviously we drop back, but what you want to do, you want to progress each year and try and challenge. But us as a team, we're just happy to float around that area.
Every club wants to do that, don't they? Every set of fans wants to finish. It's almost like you might as well even bother kicking a ball. When you think of football, right? When you think of it, right? Think of it like this, right? When you look at the fixtures when it comes out, we'll win there, we'll lose there, we'll win there, we'll draw there, we'll lose there. Well, don't bother fucking playing a game if it's that easy. Just don't bother playing. And then what you mentioned there, though, every fan's like, well, we'll finish 12th this season, so we should break in the top 10 next season. Like, it's like it'd be the most fucking boring sport in the world if it was that easy. You know what I mean? Like, football just doesn't work that way.
Well, I think then what we'll look at is how far we've fallen as a club. I think that is the difference.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right there. Yeah.
Absolutely right. More than one sponsor.
And for me, and I'll go back to it again, because this is the point I'm trying to make. Sorry, I feel like I'm being devil's advocate a bit here. finishing 10th is fine with me. In trying in the cups is fine with me. It is. It is what it is. But it's the style of football that I'm annoyed with. This negative style of football where every single time I see a stat on the screen, it's Newcastle have had the most shots against. Newcastle have got the worst possession. Newcastle are this.
What's he doing? It's the hope. Oh, when you finish 17th every season, there's nothing much to hope for. When you see the team appear, though, they're going to progress, it makes you hopeful that they might achieve something. Thank you for that, Bestie. Have you ever thought about getting that like printed on the wall?
It's the hope, the Craig hope that kills you.
So if anybody from War Flags is watching, if you could just get that quotation on a flag, put it across the Gallagher, and when we're
we don't demand a team that tries. We just demand hope and wanting to finish higher than 17th.
Bestie, there's a message from Gallagher Shots NUFC, which is try talking now, Bestie.
What?
Hey!
Can you talk, Bestie? Kind of.
Has it been doing it all night?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not when he's been putting his AirPods in.
It's been crackly. It's been crackly all night. All night it's been like that.
Well, it's a connection thing, I think. Like
that, yeah.
When Lineker met Maradona's on BBC Two now, lads. If anybody's
so if
over.
We're now doing a Lineker meets Maradona watch along on the back of that 2-0 win against Crystal Palace.
Where'd you get your bag of coke from?
I'm still in like I can't even get the words out. I can't understand how we've won that 2-0. I really can't.
That honestly, you don't want to see that reminds me of the Rafa days. That type of game. Honestly, it does.
In 10 years' time, right? In 10 years' time, right? We'll look back and go, "Oh, Newcastle like Palace 2-0." It'd be like, "What?" Like I can't remember that game at all.
But there's millions of games for the last 5 years. I felt like that, mate. Honestly, there is. There's so many games I can tell you where we've won. And I can't fucking remember it, like because they're all shite. Well, I was shite.
So Ben Hunter says, lads, if you could choose a massive flag for the Gallagher end when we can next fill the stadium, what would it be? So for me, it would be Bestie eating a mini milk.
Or the Bestie with he'd head out the chicken nuggets.
A Bestie with some chicken nuggets, yeah. We should have I would love a pulley system where Bestie's just in the middle of the Gallagher and there's just like chicken nugget arms coming towards him, just eating chicken nuggets like this. I don't pulley system. Then at the end, the finale is him just being sick. Then a Nissan Juke driving behind him.
I wouldn't mind if we won you now. We won you now. Just the font.
Well, after the game though.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course.
I'm going for a piss, so Adam, keep putting the messages up while I'm sure if Ruben's around, I'm sure Bessie will take over.
I think Ruben's gone because he didn't come back to her about his missus and what she was called and where she was from.
Not Seville. I like them. You see me, nice lad.
Yeah, I like Ruben.
Yeah, hold on. Luke Nicholson says, "Get Roy Williams signed on a free."
Is that Luke from work? If it's Luke from work, say, Arid.
It could be. Couldn't it?
Could be, yeah.
It's the correct name. I thought that before when it popped up.
I've just went on Google Maps in the second.
Barely knows the score. Just been on Google Maps, and the second suggested route to Norwich is to go via London first. There you go.
It's just on the train because there's two ways you can try it. You can go down the to Steve.
Breaking up, Bestie. Nobody cares.
Type it up, Bestie. Type it up,
Bestie.
What a nightmare, yeah.
What happened?
Bestie started talking. It started crackling away, and then he's some a fucking nightmare. I went, so I typed it up.
Oh, here's our Matty as well.
Hello, Matty. Matty, you better not just tuned in now, Matty. Fucking, we've been gone for nearly 3 hours, and you only just tuned in now.
He's joining the best part, probably.
At least he's watching.
We won you now, Matty. We won you now.
Matty's part of the Gallagher Shots team. You might remember Matty from such videos as the Newcastle versus Crystal Palace starting 11.
Do you know what my favourite thing about Matty is today, or last night? Sorry, he sent us the starting 11 because obviously I'd done the design, the edits for it afterwards. He put Hayden in it, and he went, "But I thought there was a group chat about Hayden being at training." That was Bessie thinking it was Hayden, but it definitely wasn't.
It was actually Shelby.
And everybody else was saying he's definitely not there.
Scotty has got a message here. Yeah, January transfer window. If there is money to spend, who should we bring in? Sorry, bring in and who goes? Oh, 2 seconds, Bestie. Matty was
extra time. Yeah,
an extra time.
He was on extra time with Bestie last week. Yeah, talking about the championship season on extra time.
Do you know, right, my favourite thing, right, people that haven't seen that extra time, it wasn't extra time.
It was time. What was it called, Bestie?
Time machine.
What was its name, Bestie?
My favourite thing about it, Bestie was so confident. He was like, I'm Stephen Best and this is extra time. Matty's face,
like,
Matty just
it's
goes,
like having lost voice guy on this podcast tonight, isn't it?
Time capsule. So everybody that's watching, if you haven't seen the backlog of videos which we've done over the last 2 weeks, really, we've got a battle of the kits, which is us four having a knockout round winner stays on style video of what you were laughing at.
Just a minute, Matty was driving to and from Norwich to get the commentator.
So we've done a battle of the kits video, which is us four rating the kits. Hi Ruben's still here. It's a knockout round, winner stays on. So that was absolutely fantastic. We loved recording that one. Great view. We've obviously got extra time, which Emil and Jess do each week. That comes out every Thursday, Friday. What else have we got? So we've got extra time / Time Machine, which is brought to you by Mr. Stephen Best. It's a new feature, and we should be doing more of those as well. So, yeah,
speaking of new features,
who's coming on? Oh, we've got 2 besties. What's going on?
It's Bestie and Bestie.
Time machine. He's in the time machine.
He's in the time machine.
That's freaking me out so much.
Bessie's just been Back to the Future there, like.
So Ruben's just put in there that Ruben lives in Oxford and he went to the Oxford game. That wasn't you with your helicopter out, Ruben, was it?
That's freaking out with Bestie. There's a camera down here and a camera here.
I thought somebody was joining me.
That's the game finished.
I thought Matty was coming on or something. But I was saying, Chris, speaking of new features, and we were talking about Matty.
Yeah.
So many people would have realised. Yeah, thanks, mate. You be Joe Lennon, I'll be Wilson. Because nobody likes you. So many people would have noticed that the WSA hasn't been around for a few weeks. We're actually replacing it. So the WSA, where we interview the opposition fans just to get a bit of a rundown on their team, their key players and things like that. It's getting replaced with our new feature, which is called Beyond the Lines. Matty's taken over that. So on a weekly basis now, Matty will be doing videos. It will also be going out as audio as well. So people that don't subscribe to the Gallagher Shots podcast, it's available on everything: Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Google, whatever the hell it's called. It's everywhere.
Please, Darryl, when he goes dogging, that he can listen to it.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a lot more features, which are going to be audio as well. I know we have missed quite a few of it, but with lockdown, we've been doing videos left, right, and center. So a lot of the videos which we do, if you put the audio out, it'll make no sense whatsoever. So when Bestie's sending voice notes and text messages and stuff in this, it's not going to make much sense as audio. So that's why we're being snipped a little bit. But there will be more.
But if people do want to listen to us, there is many apps available that allow you to strip the sound out from YouTube videos, so that you can then save it as an MP3 and listen to it that way.
So I just want to say as well that Patreon, it's disappearing. So by the end of December, Patreon will be no longer available. So everyone who is signed up for Patreon, that is being removed, and everything's getting transferred across to YouTube. We're all going to be starting a YouTube membership. There's going to be a couple of tiers on that one, so where people will get access to members' videos. You'll obviously every comment, if you're a member, if you send a comment in, it'll show up on the screen just so we can see it. There's a lot of comments and questions come through, so if you're a member, it'll show up larger, so we'll be able to see it coming across.
You'll get access to the to Decker's OnlyFans channel as well.
Yeah, so you can see his knee now. If you are a member, you'll see a little bit more. See,
you'll just see jam all over the place.
Oh, you want to see me? You want to see me crotch here? How much jams on it?
Bestie, don't want to see your jammy crotch.
Are you wearing shorts, Bestie? Because three of us definitely are wearing shorts. You're the only. Oh, what's he got out of there? Yeah, God. That ain't jam, is it?
Yeah,
That's
jammy bastard.
Not jam. That is not jam.
Jammy bastard.
Adam's just put in stop.
Honestly, I'm not kidding. I took a bite of it and it just went woof straight down.
That's what she said.
Yeah, man.
Oh dear me.
Decker, someone just asked all those. It looks like he's got Gold Dust's outfit hanging behind him.
They're lovely, them curtains. I'm sorry, they are lovely. So
Decker, go and hide behind them.
No.
Just go pop your head out from the corner.
Tory Towers there.
Di Marino style. I guess that one.
Oh wow, we've gone downhill. Yeah, like this is my favorite part. Like this is the best.
Adam is just raging.
Is Beatty starting an OnlyFans? James Beatty? I'm not sure, mate.
Beatty and the Beast.
Bestie, you're starting a OnlyFans with her?
Just. Oh, he's back.
Matty!
Hello, Matty. There's Matty.
All right, like.
Matty, what's happening behind
Matty,
you?
lad.
Have you been kidnapped?
Matty's going to be doing
like a magic front room.
It looks like he's going to be doing like a magic show or something like that, and he's like got like a random curtain on his stage behind him.
To be fair, it looks like he's been taken hostage.
Yeah, they're treating me well. I'm well fed. I'm well watered. It's fine.
Matty, blink twice. Blink twice if you need help.
But no, it's because
remember the safe word. Hendrik was brilliant tonight.
Oh, fucking hell, man!
And then we'll know whether you're telling the truth or not.
So, Matty, I'm not sure how much you've been watching of this because we've been going for nearly 3 hours and God knows how many cans deep are now. Who's your man of the match?
Oh, I'm probably going to say Carl Darlow now. I mean, Joe Linton was good except for everything but his finishing. But I mean, them 3 saves were very good. I'm starting to get frustrated after every save he makes. After he makes 2 saves, everyone he has to make after that, I'm getting really pissed off now. Instead of celebrating them, I'm going, why the fuck's he having to make that? But
is it like that bounce? Do you know, like when a rugby ball bounces, the third bounce, it bounces higher.
Yeah,
the 2.
Yeah,
is that what's like with Darlow with you?
Off. Yeah. But no, Darlow was great. But I mean, like, let's give it to Joe Linton just for the crack, like, because I mean, other than his finishing, he was pretty great. Like he didn't stop. So I don't know if you've seen Andy Carroll's tweet. Andy Carroll's tweeted like proper bigging him up. Yeah, saying our number 9 was fantastic tonight. So
he was. Yeah, I wouldn't say fantastic. I know.
Fantastic, but I think
he had a really good game.
They need to give him that, and but like as well, Wilson's head in the fridge when it came to that opportunity at the end. Like, I mean, I've seen people just fuck them up in the past, and he was quality, man. I've got my girlfriend in the next room.
Is she been kidnapped as well?
She's been taken away. But she was telling me to keep.
Is that your current girlfriend?
Down. My current girlfriend, yeah, my current one. So I did well to stifle the noises celebrating Wilson's winner, but absolutely over the moon. It was cack up until then, but I don't want to discuss the negatives right now. I just want to enjoy, just bask in the 2-0 win. Like,
yeah, it was great, man. I'm glad you joined with is that a pint can as well?
It is, mate. Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Big boy.
I didn't know they did pint cans at Carsby. Actually, I didn't know that.
4 for £4 in CM Sainsbury's. There.
It's a long way to drive for a pint can. But I'm not sure if you know, but Mark could probably get to Norwich faster than what you could get to see him.
Why? Did he say it was Did he say it was a short drive? Did he?
Yeah, Mark has got like some sort of a time capsule that gets him to Norwich within 30 minutes.
A time capsule.
Time capsule.
Extra time.
Extra time.
Extra time capsule.
You've got to have some extra time for service stations and stuff like
So
that.
the best thing about that video last week, the extra time machine one, is that from the second you said extra time, bestie, Matty knew that you fucked up and he didn't tell you.
I've watched
Because
it back.
I didn't want to fuck your flow up, man. I would have felt shit if I just said, "Oh, Bessie, we need to record that already." Like, by the way, Marty Lawrence there, worst Bohemian Rhapsody tribute group I've ever seen.
Adam, can you put all in black and white?
Yeah. The lighting.
Scaramouche, when you do the fandango.
Do the Joe Linton.
Is there anybody else that wants to join? So anybody from the Gallagher Shots YouTube channel, if you're watching, if you want to join, just ask Adam for the link and you can jump in.
Emil's too busy with Dua Lipa.
We'll have a party.
I did like the way he was. I like the way Emil was moving his backside though. It was lovely stuff on that video. If you've not seen it, he just posted a video on Twitter of him dancing to Dua Lipa, and it was quite nice. I liked it.
I haven't seen it.
It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff.
Where do we go? Tyson fight? Yeah, Neil, GR, have you heard about that fight, by the way?
Right,
no knockouts.
Oh, it's ridiculous now, isn't it?
No knockouts.
No knockouts.
No scoring.
No headshots.
No scoring. I've never heard anything so different. A bit of
frisk, a bit dance around, aren't they?
It's absolutely.
Throw a few lefts.
I think they might get in the middle of the ring and they might do rock paper scissors. That's what I think they're gonna do.
No knockouts, no scoring. I'm not massive on boxing, right? How did they decide who wins?
It's basically an exhibition spar, basically. You have to pay money to watch them spar.
It's unbelievable. But you're actually telling two fighters, no. So it's like, you play Wembley doubles and you're like, no blammies, lads, don't whack it. Like, do you understand what I mean? Like, if you're boxing, like, you could knock someone out. Like, how can you? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not easy to say, "Oh, don't knock us out." If you're swinging a punch, you might catch him right and he's out. Are they wearing head guards? Like,
well, that's what I was going to say. If they're going to do that, they might as well just have head guards on and just have it like a sparring session.
Who are they fighting? Who's you fighting? Oh, Mike Tyson.
Jones Jr. Yeah. They're both kind of. Oh, he's a good fighter. He was fantastic back in the day, like.
Right.
But obviously, of course, they're both very old. You know what I mean? And I love Tyson. I love Tyson like so much. But obviously, when I heard it was no knockouts and no scoring and basically fucking ring of roses, I was like, "What the hell's going on here?
What's the point?"
Exactly, mate. What is the point?
It was a bit of a farce in the first place, wasn't it? But it's even more so now.
I'm not.
Apparently they've changed the rules. So Neil Jaws just said they've changed the rules. They can now knock each other out.
So they've changed it back.
Yeah. They're just on a whim, heads or tails, lads.
That's like having a football match.
Each other out.
It's like having a football match and saying, like, by the way, you can't score a goal.
Yeah.
No tackling.
It's like when you playing heads and volleys, and you can right knee blammers, knee forces. Sky's the limit.
Oh, mate, do you know what it is when you're a goalkeeper? Knee blasties. Darryl's just said knee blasties as well. Knee blasties are the worst. Absolutely, the sting in your hands when you get a blasty, like.
Especially when you didn't have gloves. If you didn't have keeper gloves and you were just bare hands, you know what I mean? That was when there was an issue involved. Like,
do you know what?
Many a thing I've been
knockdowns, but they get 20 seconds to get up.
So I'm telling you now, there's not a worse smell in the world than goalkeeper gloves when they get passed around like six lads that are playing football, lifting, absolutely lifting.
I miss that smell. Though.
Oh.
Remember the
cat piss wet football boots as well.
Remember the trolley push last year when I was going down the escalator at Monument?
That was a smell. You smell worse than that.
I smelled like a kid bag.
Can you remember them gloves used to get where they were like a fabric, but then they had like just bits of like black.
Oh, it looked like Lego. It looked like Lego on your fingers.
They were the worst ever.
Brazil watching. We've got a yellow video from Brazil.
Brazil happy.
Alan Brazil.
Obrigado, Milton.
What time is it in Brazil now?
Oh, it'll be about.
Oh, Mark's going to make something up again. He's going to fucking make something up again.
1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock, something like that.
How do you know that? It's about 10 past Norwich.
Nah, it's gonna be mid afternoon.
Brazil
Right,
playing the same
What
colours as
time is
Norwich.
it? What time is it? Because Mark's obviously Googled it.
No,
Depends where in Brazil,
Scott
doesn't it?
Tomlinson's in Holland. Hi, Scott.
it depends
Hope
if
you're
they're
well,
in
mate.
east or west.
Well,
Oh,
Rio's going to be.
Holland.
Rio's going to be
Which part of
different.
Holland
Like,
are you in, Scott?
does Milton know who
Have you heard what
Mundina
Shiva
is?
said? I've just had a bit of a rundown of what Shiva said after the game.
Mhm.
Everybody
Well,
knows who
sorry.
Mundina is.
Shiva said before the game he gave a really passionate defense of the fans and that he's sick of the media slating us. Afterwards, he basically said for all the media to stop comparing Rafa to Bruce and focus on what matters now, which is the club needs to be sold so the fans can get what they deserve, which is a team they can be proud of.
That is true.
I disagree with that.
And there we go. Big Al, lad. You're the best. Love you.
742 in Brazil.
Is he coming on? Oh, I thought we were zooming out for Brazil coming on there.
I thought you were
1942.
going to say Shearer there, mate. You're talking about Shearer.
I'll get Big Al on, aye, man. There's Milton Keynes is back.
So you must
Must
be on the east side of Brazil then.
Oh God, Mark,
Oh,
give it up,
bloody
man.
hell.
Like,
That's
fucking
definitely.
what you-
That's definitely.
Mark,
I've had this. That's Luke from work. I've had this all the
That's
time.
definitely
I'm
Luke from
Sting,
work.
apparently, a young Sting. I've had it before. I tell you what else to say I look like is Liam Neeson. I've had that loads of times. Liam
You look
Neeson.
like,
I get
you
it.
don't look
I
like
get-
Liam Neeson.
I agree with you.
More like
No,
Liam Neeson.
honestly, of course I disagree with you, but honestly, I've been told that so many times. Oh, you remind us of Liam Neeson. I'm like, what are you talking about? Literally nothing like him.
I think the only thing you've got in common
away?
with the only thing you've got in common with Sting is probably that you're both Tories as well. He's not biting anyone, is he? He's not biting anyone.
Sting's definitely got velour curtains, gold velour curtains, in his dining room as well, hasn't he?
Judy Baker, hi Judy. I actually think Judy is a patron as well. So I'm not sure if you heard the news earlier, Judy.
Julia.
Let's
It's
sing a song
Julie.
for Julie.
Great song,
Julie.
that. Chris
Me
Rea,
Julie
great
Baker.
song.
So Judy Baker, Patreon's disappearing. Everything's getting shifted over to YouTube. So we'll see you next month on YouTube.
Let's just make this clear. Patreon isn't like ending like completely.
No,
like
so Patreon is a
we're
company.
leaving.
It's
We're
still going to be on
leaving
the. I think it's still going to be on the stock market. We're not like been in that company.
As Steve Owen just said, that Decker looks like Dr. Nick from The Simpsons.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Dr. Nick is? Oh, you
Hi
know.
everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Nick Riviera.
I think it's a goatee, mate.
Oh yes.
I don't know. I'd have to.
Well done, Steve Owen. Kind of Carlsberg to you, my friend.
That's a shout.
You're
That's
full of
Steve.
shit. You're full of shit, Steve.
You look more like bloody Dr. Nick than you do Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neil George. Neil George.
Hi.
Neil
Hi
George and
everybody.
them.
Yeah, that's them. That's
Hang
them
on.
goalie gloves.
I look
the ones I-
absolutely fuck all like
Take
this
a-
Doctor Nick.
Jack, look at your screen.
Oh, I know. I see. Yeah, that's them. That's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant.
They're the ones you used to get in like the Argos like football starter kit. You get like a ball, a pump, cones, and then gloves.
Hi everybody.
Can I?
Oh, Adam's on the case, isn't he?
I've never seen anything so ridiculous in my life.
Oh no! I'm starting to get some heat from my Hartlepool accent in the chat as well. Steve HD just said Matty say purple work shirt. So
Oh man.
Oh,
I
wow.
go to church in my purple work shirt.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, well, it's not my fault. I have the accent of the skip rap, do I? So you know.
Please speak in Portuguese. Mark will probably know some Portuguese for you. He comes from Norwich.
Yeah.
I did before.
He'll tell you.
Absolute globe tracker over here. He's fucking never been further than fucking Turkey.
I've been to Portugal loads of times.
What time's it in Portugal?
2 hours difference, isn't it?
Oh, it's more of a joke, really.
Nah, I'll be about. It's only one. Is
What
it 1
were
or
you-
2 hours now?
Were you in Portugal round spring, summer 2007?
I can't even think.
Decker knows.
No, it's just,
2007.
you asked him a question. He went.
I think. Do you know what it is? I think Mark. Did
Is
you
that
know
when we
used to
played
be like
No, we didn't play Benfica then. Did we?
Mark?
That was-
You were actually a
2012.
holiday rep, weren't you?
When? In 2007?
Well, not in 2007, but you at one point in your life, I'm pretty sure you were a holiday rep.
Yeah, like years back.
Really?
But you didn't know that, did you?
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know. When you,
Where were you?
What was it for? Like,
I didn't know that.
What were you doing?
Skegness.
Norwich. Norwich is Norwich.
Norwich, aye. That's showing off the Norfolk Broads.
I bet you would.
Steve, thanks,
yeah,
mate. I've just seen Steve's comment there saying he enjoys the lineup predictions, even though they're always wrong. So
Always wrong.
always
Useless.
wrong. Never mind. COVID, isn't it? COVID. So I'm going to blame all of them on COVID. The uncertain times we live in. Anyway, Declan, do you remember when you were in 200 episodes of The Simpsons?
No.
I'll ignore the Marlon, but what?
Anyway, boa noite to Milton anyway.
Oh, he's googled that.
yeah.
He's
Yeah,
googled
we're
it.
gone.
Yeah,
we're gone.
As
Mark.
Milton will know, earlier on when Milton popped up on the screen, I did say obrigada to Milton.
Mark,
But no,
can
I don't know whether
Mark,
Milton's male or female, so
Mark,
I could have got
Mark.
that wrong.
Mark, can you just tell me the Crystal Palace centre forward that came on the pitch?
Bachoy. Michi Bachoy.
Bachoy.
Pak Choi.
Bachoy. Bachawai. Bachoy. Bachoy.
That's why he called him Mitchie
right.
all the
Can you
time,
not
wasn't it? Because
can you not
when he come on, he went,
remember
"Oh,
when,
Mitchie's coming on, Mitchie's coming on."
I remember when we signed that geezer from Leicester. That one. Slimani.
Soleimani.
Oh,
Slimani. Slimani.
That's
Slimani.
my favorite podcast
Slimani.
moment ever.
What was his name? What actually was his name?
Islam Soleimani.
Soleimani.
Oh, Mark had about 5 different names. Slimani.
I still can't even remember what his name was.
I think at one point you called him Slimani or something.
Silat Bang. Yes, Scott Decker is in the diary room in his big brother chair. You need to keep up. You obviously haven't been watching the podcasts the last few weeks.
Slimany.
What do you think were the bad bits? Have you talked
The
about
last 40 minutes, or the last 5, and the last 10 minutes of the first half. That's about the bad bits.
No, I thought
Other
the
than that
first
was
half
great.
were alright. I thought the first half were alright. I thought the second half were just Palace were really coming out with. The first half was alright. That was kind of.
The latter half of the second half, the first half, they came right back into it and we couldn't get the ball off them from about 30 minutes onwards.
I thought it was going to finish 1-0 Palace at one point, but I'm the biggest pessimist in the world. But like they kept getting chance after chance in the second half.
Yeah.
Have you discussed that Shelby corner yet in the first half?
No.
I know statistically that like any team only scores 1 in 10 corners. I appreciate that. I'm not saying that
that's because you've got to get the ball in the box from the corner to score.
But I think I was reading something the other day about we're the only nation who gets excited by corners still when we're watching football live. You get that like cheer when it goes out for a corner.
Yeah.
But like as a Newcastle fan, like I can't remember the last time we got consistent corners into the box, like or at least around the 6-yard box. And I saw that today, man. Jesus.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Steve, Aubameyang's dead easy to say. I don't know what your problem is. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I can say that in my sleep.
It might not have been a few seasons ago, though.
Right, we'll go on for another 10 minutes. Then we'll wrap it up. It's like 10 or 11 now. Like, so that's a shout. Like, how did Van Halen miss that? That was absolutely horrendous. His free kick was the worst.
Was he not trying to cross it? Was he not trying to cross it? No.
No, he was trying to go for goal.
Well,
He healed it. He ran up with it and he almost hit it with his heel. And it was
wait there.
Is he not talking about that shot from the left-hand side?
Sorry.
When Mitchie was sliding in at the back.
That's what I was thinking about that.
Max met it, he missed it. Yeah.
When Mitchie was at the back stick. Mitchie back stick.
Mitchie backstick.
Stick eye. Yeah, but Van Aanholt's free kick was absolutely dog, wasn't it? Oh, Jesus.
Well, that's
If you
why I
thought
did
Shelby's
say-
free kick was bad, that one was even
I
worse.
said in the second half, if you were playing against a better team, you know, we could have been 1 or 2 down, couldn't we? That was the problem. Like,
Yeah, I have to agree with Scott there. And Kabay was the last player who could take a decent corner. Ryan Taylor could take a decent one as well.
Yeah,
But,
Matty definitely didn't watch.
I thought
the live
Richie
stream,
could
did he?
in the championship season.
no,
I thought
as soon as he concentrate on the game, man.
maybe Joe can hear. By the way, he was typing here. Any problems soon?
Mark, can you and Bestie explain?
That's cheeky twat.
That's his wife.
Someone he's had a shave.
Who snorted there?
Wasn't me. Oh man, that's his wife.
Simple yes or no takeover to be done by the end of the season. Absolutely not.
Oh,
Not a hope in hell.
I just need to regurgitate the kind of Carlsberg there.
Take us away.
Oh, God. That was good stuff.
Anybody going to answer the question?
Oh, what was the question?
What was the
Takeover
question?
to be done by the end of the season.
Take over
Yeah.
never happen.
No
lads,
chance.
lads, I might have a little bit of surprise for you.
Take over, like.
Don't stand up. Have you not got any pants on over here?
No,
Are you wearing pants? Because me,
it's
Chris, and Tech are
better than
arms.
that. It's better than that. I
Bestie
have
didn't
been
answer the
I've been messaging someone for the last 10 minutes, so I'm
Didn't
hoping we're gonna have a guest appearance in the next few minutes.
Is it Shearer?
It's Luke Edwards.
It's not Alan Shearer, no.
Is it Mishi Batshuayi?
It's a Mitchy Backstick.
Right, he's ready. Right, so
Is it okay?
lads, I just want to welcome. We saw Matt Ritchie rocking a centre back this evening.
A centre back.
Centre Barton, sorry. Centre
back.
Barton this evening. So lads, I just want to welcome Warren Barton to the stream.
Oh,
Warren Barton,
Yay.
centre Barton. Tra la 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 la.
Not no more.
That's
Not
good
no
word,
more.
yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about it. I
Hi
remember
Warren.
those days.
So the lads didn't know you were coming on here. We just arranged this in the last 5-10 minutes. Did you watch the game this evening?
Oh yes, yeah. I was watching it over here. Me and the kids was watching the game and delighted at the end. You know, it was defended well. It wasn't a classic by any means, but I don't think they've been classics this season. But to go away, keep a clean sheet, and get the 2 strikers scoring goals, particularly Wilson as well coming back, he's a big plus for the team. And delighted for the players, delighted for the club, and obviously delighted for you lot because we're here sitting, suffering through it a little bit. But it's a good way to start the weekend.
Yeah, you're right, mate. It's a fantastic. Obviously, the first half we looked quite not. I wouldn't say impressive, but it was a massive improvement from what we've seen in the last few weeks. Second half we dipped massively. As a player, how important is that halftime team talk for you as a player?
Sometimes it's important just to regroup, refocus. You know, I was lucky enough to be in a changing room with a lot of characters, experienced players and leaders. I'm not sure whether this team has got that many of them in leaders going forward, but for obviously Steve to go away, and anytime you're away from home and it's 0-0 at half time, you tend to think, well, you know, obviously not now, but you can put a little bit of pressure on the home fans. The players will start feeling a little bit of pressure and hopefully nick a goal if you can. But yeah, I think it was right to get in there. We, as you said, start the game well. We looked lively. We looked a little bit dangerous, which we haven't done for a little while on the counter-attack. And then I think because of all the situation, Palace stepped it up. We was a little bit off the beat, but again, we just got in there with the 3 points and walk away from it. But as a player, yeah, sometimes it's good to regroup, refocus, and just understand where you are in the moment of the game, because you have the attention when you start the game. We did to win every game. I'm not saying that that's always the way, but we wanted to win every game. And at half time, if that hadn't happened, we needed to regroup, refocus a little bit.
Yeah, one of the players I want to talk to you about is actually a player who you'll probably know quite well. Obviously, focusing on a lot of MLS football, where you're based at the moment. So Almiron, he comes to Newcastle for a big price tag for ourselves as a football club, and he's an absolute dynamite player in the MLS. Comes to St James's Park, and that's how he started his career on Tyneside. But I think over the last handful of weeks, probably the start of this season, it seemed to drop a little bit. Do you have any thoughts on that one, mate? Is there anything for that, or is it a case where we just have to bide for time?
No, I think what comes to mind straight away is the setup, and it's not something that we're hiding behind. But we go into games. We being Newcastle, going to games is not to lose. You know, them type of players, Almiron, Sam Accent, these attack-minded players, they want to go and play and be on the front foot. Not their first thought is to get behind the ball, you know, make it difficult for the opposition. And then if we can get forward, then we get a chance to do it. We need to give these flair players and the opportunities to score goals. And I think he's suffered a little bit from the defensive side. He wants to sit back. We've got to be organised and disciplined where, you know, their natural instinct, and that's why they're offensive players, they want to go forward, and that's what he did at Atlanta. And listen, I know the MLS is totally different to the Premier League, but the same philosophy is when he was at a team with the coach, they wanted him to go forward, so he was on that mindset. Now it's gone back a little bit and the pressure's started to mount. You've got to defend, you've got to be. That's not his talent. That's not what we, you know, I remember our time with Kenny Dalglish. When you're asking Ginola to come back and Aspria, that's not in their DNA. They don't particularly do it to the best of their ability, but that's not what they want to do. They want to get forward. So, you know, from his point of view, I think he suffered a little bit with the pressure of what's happened with the team. They've dropped down a little bit, the pressure on Steve. Steve wants to be a bit more cautious and not lose games. And then that's been a piggyback on him. And maybe, as I said, the international travelling coming back, that doesn't help. But I do believe it's more the mindset of how the team's set up, because I know people at Atlanta, everyone I speak to there, he was always positive, he's always smiling, he always wants to express himself. But if you're not given that license, then you feel like you're cheating yourself because you're not allowed to express yourself.
Yeah. I'm not sure if any of the other lads have got anything to ask you. Anybody want to ask Warren anything?
A simple question, Warren. Who did you think the man of the match was?
I think the back line did well, but I think Wilson, he gives me, you know, there's certain parts of the game where he drifts out of it, and going back to maybe how we set up. But I think with his movement and how he takes his goal, you know, one chance, one goal, that's worth its weight in gold. You know, was it again a vintage performance? But you rely on your strikers. How many times have we relied on Alan? The bailer's out, you know, and he's done it week in, week out. Listen, he's nowhere near the Alan Shearer bracket, but if he keeps scoring goals and having that ratio, he's going to be a dangerous player. He's unlucky not to be in the England squad again, I think, with Gareth. So for me, he's one of these players that looking at him, I don't particularly know him, but I think he thrives playing for Newcastle. He enjoys actually playing for the club, where I don't think there's that too many do at the moment. I think they find it a little bit of a burden.
And speaking about that, about burdens, about playing for Newcastle, we talk about our number 9, Joe Linton. It's been talked about a number of times, but did you think that it was an improved performance by him tonight? I mean, I know he wasn't great in front of goal, but he did try hard. No,
the trying, and I watched him a lot in the Bundesliga, Hoffenheim. He's not an out-and-out striker. He's not a lone striker. He can't do it. It's no coincidence that he plays reasonably better with someone near him and someone that he can play off of. So, you know, he works. He works his socks off, as Steve rightly said, and he's honest. But we expect more from a player. But, you know, when you see them in the Bundesliga like I did, he was never going to terrorise people, taking people on, going 3 or 4. He's a team player, and he needs players around him to play together. So, again, there's no coincidence when he has had his better performances, he's playing alongside other strikers or other forward people.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah. But we won. We won. We kept a clean sheet.
They got to tell him.
We won, you know, Warren. We won.
We won the game. Thank God for that.
Right. We've only got Warren for a few minutes.
I was going to ask Warren a quick question.
Sure, no problem.
So, Warren, when you joined Newcastle, you became the most expensive defender in the country at the time. And a lot of talk about the price tag weighing on Joe Linton's shoulder. Did you feel any pressure of the price tag on your shoulders when you came to Newcastle?
No, the only pressure I felt was on myself and playing for Newcastle. You know, it was a great club. You know, I had other offers. I felt it. going back a little bit in my career, being told twice you're too small and not going to make it, and then all of a sudden you're a record for a defender, I had pride with that. I'd worked hard, I'd done everything I could to try and get to that level. So the price tag, no. What helped me out probably is that Les come 2 days later for 6 million, and that took it all away from me. So that took a little bit of burden. But we was in a team that had lots of high class players, quality players. The price tag, as I said, I see that as a pat on your back, and you can't do anything about it. I know the difference in prices now for 40 million, 50 million, and players that are coming in, it is totally different. But, at the end of the day, it's still playing for a great club and having that opportunity. So that's what I see. I didn't see it as a burden at all. I relished the opportunity. I thrived off of it. And, yeah, I had my ups and downs, but that wasn't because of the price tag. That was because I wasn't playing well.
Yeah, I think there was a recent video going around you, Warren, on social media the last few days. Obviously, wearing a suit, having a part-time fine job there, and I think you spoke about that a little bit, getting told you rejected a bit twice, saying you weren't big enough, you weren't strong enough. Then obviously you grew into it. I should say.
Was it me, or did I sound like David Beckham in that interview?
A bit of both, mate. A little bit of both.
My voice still hasn't broken, nor has his. So yeah, I played non-league and did a bit of work in the city, but that was never going to be my forte, being a chartered accountant. So, but it was all fun and games, but all good.
Yeah. Anybody else? Anything to ask Warren? Digger, Bestie?
I haven't. No. Thanks very much for coming on, there, Warren.
I just want to say, stay safe, have a good Christmas and New Year, and hopefully, we'll get the fans back in the stadium. But it's a pleasure. I'm glad I could join on. No,
thanks for joining. And,
cheers, Warren.
I just want to say, Warren, no matter what anybody tells you, we'll love Cockneys, right? We'll love Cockneys.
Ask Rob Lee. Rob Lee's more of a Cockney than I am.
Exactly.
Right, thank you very much, mate. Let crack on. Thank you.
Cheers, Warren.
Take care. All the best.
Cheers, Warren.
Wow.
Well, that was nice.
A nice guy.
You sneaky bastard, Wallace.
I
I was going to go for a
got
piss.
a pure sweat on. Bloody hell! What a surprise! That was great. What a guy!
Almost got starstruck there for a moment.
I'd give you little surprises now and again, man. I treat you nice.
Nice stuff. That yeah. Sorry, better than the captors that have me right now.
I love how we're like having a laugh and everything. As soon as Warren came on, we're all straight faced.
I didn't know what the trick. I didn't know what the trick was.
I was the first one. I was the first one to drink a can. All you was like saying like this, and I just went.
Not the right thing to do. Not the right thing to do.
Decker was like this. I saw Decker do this. But yeah,
I was just trying not to piss myself.
We'll leave it a few more minutes because I don't think anybody was expecting that. In Newcastle watch along, we had a fucking Warren Barton to join with.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What a guy he was. I always remember that late winner he got against Spurs in like 97, 98, something like that. Just weird how like certain things like that resonate with you. Like, I mean,
so Andy Hamilton just said Warren coming on to what a lot of you have been
saying. Yeah, totally. I had 7 pint cans. I was like the headmaster walked in. I was like, oh shit.
Act sensible, lads. Warren's on.
That was class, though.
So where do we go from here then? Anyway, I mean, who
well, lads, I've actually got somebody else joining me. Nah, I don't. I'm not using all me like cash-ins all on one night. I'll tell you that now. There might be a few. There might be a few in the bag for future things. Jess isn't very happy because Jess was going to come on. She didn't have any makeup on, and now she's kicking off because we've got Warren Barton on.
But we've got Villa next. What we saying? Away to Villa. Do you reckon? I don't know. I'm
normal service review.
Yeah, you take a draw all day long right now, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Can we get Damien Duff on for that one?
I can try.
Or David Edgar.
Cheers, Matty.
I'm not sure if anybody's seen Philip Albert. Like, we could try and get him on.
I was watching a podcast with Damien Duff the other day.
Never heard
it was either Under the Cosh, might have been, or it might have been. Oh no, it wasn't. It was the Scottish one. That's Cy.
From who's the Celtic. Yeah. He was on Under the Cosh recently. That was a really good episode.
That's what. That's where I was thinking. But he did it with Damien Duff. It was quite interesting. He spoke about his career at Newcastle, but it mainly centered on Celtic. He enjoyed his time here, and obviously things towards the end didn't go great, and that kind of thing. So, he enjoyed his career. Yeah,
I mean, Bestie brought it up on and he said extra time there.
Extra time.
Extra time.
On the old time machine. But he brought it up when we talked about the players that we had and who left, and we said who we would have liked to have kept that season, and we all agreed on like Habib Beye and Damien Duff. And obviously Damien Duff scored our first goal in the championship that season. But
he did for the first few games, didn't he?
But he left under a bit of a cloud because he was one of the ones who said, I'm going to stay. And then he ended up going to Fulham, and so did Habib Beye. Habib Beye said I was going to stay, and he goes to Villa. Yeah. So I've always had this sort of bitter taste when it comes to Damien Duff's time on Tyneside, but he was all right. He wasn't great, but I mean he wasn't too bad.
Right, lads. I'm going to call it a night because the man behind the camera is saying he needs to go. So
it's not Warren Barton, is it?
No, or it's Tino. Right, so lads, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. We've been going for 3.5 hours, so I thank you for giving up your time, joining us tonight. And yeah, it's been a blast. Obviously, made better within the last 10 minutes of that football game. I'm not sure if I would have asked Warren to come on if it had been a 0-0 draw, if I'm being honest. But yeah, thanks very much. So thanks everybody who's been watching.
In bed by now.
Yeah, thanks for everyone in the chat. Thank you very much.
Yeah, everybody who in the chat. There's a lot of regulars in there. It's been fantastic to hear your thoughts, and keep watching, keep subscribing, keep liking, sharing everything. We're gonna put all our efforts into this, and we do try our hardest to get as much content out as possible. And yeah,
tell us what you want. If you want more content, tell us what you want to see, and we'll see what we can do.
So, players, if you got any suggestions for players to get on for podcasts, for interviews, we'll always try our hardest. A lot of them don't reply, if I'm being honest.
If you know any interesting guests.
Yeah, Ant and Deck. Does anybody know Ant and Deck? We're going to try and get Ant and Deck on.
There's a funny story about that.
Yeah, so Decker, I think Decker.
I once went paintballing with Ant and Deck. Didn't end out very good.
Oh, where were you, Dubai? Right, Decker, you've got your drinks in.
What time was it?
We're winning now, the lads.
Hey.
Right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking by. We're all off to go to Daryl's house to play Monopoly.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
I'm going to be the corner flag.
Bye.